is affirmative. I would agree with them as well. Winston Stith blows the whistle. Everybody's in place. And the ball is, oh, Winston faked him out a little bit. Now the ball's up in the air, and the tip is won by the Storm. They control it. They are going from our right to our left as we look out on the floor. It would be from the north end of the Mark Price Arena to the south end. Doug Gottlieb controls it at the top. He is guarded by Sean Coulson. Gets it over to Bubba. Bubba Wells knocks down a nice jumper over there from the left wing, and Wells has not cooled off since Saturday night. Storm up 2-0, 11:37 left to go here in the first period. 12-minute periods with the NBA rules. On the other end, a jumper that is put up down low, and that is thrown up by Antonio Smith, and quickly he counters the Storm. It's 2-2. Wells puts up a three over on the left side. It is good. Bubba Wells keeps feeding him the basketball. So he is red hot sizzling, and the Storm is up by 3 with that three-pointer, 5-2. Sean Colson's got it at the top of the three-point line, guarded by Doug Gottlieb. This will be a good defensive chore by Doug tonight. And in fact, as I say that, Winston Stith signals the first foul of the night, and that will be on Doug Gottlieb. Got his hand there on Sean Coulson, impeding his progress.
Gottlieb's already got himself 2 assists on the evening.
Yes, he does. And he's pretty good at that. He's 5th in the USBL, and that will only go up, I can promise you that. All right, back to action, and that out on the floor is Darren Hancock from Kansas. He tries to drive. Brent Rubish gets in his way. The shot's put up, no good. And here we come the other direction with Willie Burton getting his hands on the basketball for the first time. Back over to Gottlieb on the left side. Gottlieb dribbles around between his legs over to Brent Rubish. Jump shot. It is good from the left side. The left side has been very good for the Storm so far tonight. 7-2, the Storm is up with 10:30 left to go here in the first period. Sean Coulson gets by Gottlieb, loses control of the basketball, but regains it. He's back out beyond the three-point line, puts up a jump shot. It's no good. Looked like Willie Burton had a shot for the rebound. He tipped it out, but getting the basketball was Antonio Smith. Shot goes up there by Smith. It's no good. Rebound trash is no good inside by Darren Hancock, but finally Antonio Smith gets it back again, and he's got his second bucket of the night, and it's now 7-4 on the other end. Bubba Wells has got it up top. Wells guarded there by one of the legend, and he puts a shot up. He is actually guarded by Antonio Smith. The shot rolled up on the top of the backboard and over, and it will be a turnover. Here come the Dodge City Legend. They're going to walk it up on the floor. They are coached by Kent Davidson, who was an assistant coach for the Fort Wayne Fury, also longtime head coach at Garden City Community College. So folks in Dodge City know him pretty well. He is assisted by Mike Dolan. These are 2 CBA guys that know what they're doing. Foul is called on the drive. That was the Legend driving to the basket. Foul is called, and that will be the first foul on Brent Rubish. And it'll send to the line Darren Hancock, the former KU Jayhawk, former NBA player that was at Fort Wayne this year in the CBA, playing for Ken Davidson, who's coaching him right now. Free throw by Hancock is up and good. He has his first point of the game.
Rubish just got a little bit too close for comfort in there on that play.
One thing they are not shy, so far the officials this year, they are not shy about blowing their whistle and calling a foul. We saw a bunch of fouls on Saturday night, including some of the technical variety, and they're now saying no shot on that free throw. Free throw had to be a lane violation. Now Hancock will throw this one up, which tells me he only has just this one. And that's true, and he does get that one. So we're still on the mark on our stat sheet. We didn't go overboard there. And it is 7-5 with 9:27 left to go. Bubba Wells has got it on the left side. He goes to Brent Rubish, who's way out. A little too far for him. Wells drives to the basket, puts up a nice one-hander down there low and gets it. Bubba Wells is doing fantastic. Long jump shot thrown up by Colson, missed. Antonio Smith gets it. He throws it back out. Colson way out again, puts up a three. It rolls around the rim, hit just about every part of it, but didn't go in. Here come the Storm with the rebound on the other end. Rubish with the rebound. Gottlieb's got it on the right side. And somebody committed a foul away from the basketball. They're going to call it on Willie Burton. And Willie is looking at official Matt Boltman saying, me? Me? I didn't do that. I would never do that. All right. Here comes Sean Coulson with it. We are under the 9-minute mark now. It is 9-5 in favor of the Oklahoma Storm. Nice pass inside by Colson. He had 8 assists. Mark another one up for him right there as that went inside to Artie Griffin, and Griffin gets the bucket. His first 2 points of the basketball game. Doug Gottlieb has got it on the other end. Gottlieb picks up his dribble, goes to Wells in the middle, and he passes it to Willie Burton, who is promptly fouled by Darren Hancock. That'll be Hancock's first foul.
Hancock and Burton are banging around down low.
Hey, this is physical. Not quite as physical as the other night with the matchup with the Florida Sea Dragons, but nonetheless, both teams are playing defense. Gottlieb tries to drive it in, picks up his dribble, goes back to Willie Burton, puts up a long jump shot. It's no good, but it's rebounded by Galen Young. Nice we could call Galen's name. He gets his hands on the basketball, and a turnaround jumper while he is guarded closely goes down for Galen Young for his first 2, and it's back to a 4-point lead for the Storm. Down low inside, Griffin puts it up, no good. Rebound, Bubba Wells. Here comes the Storm. Doug Gottlieb's got it in his hands, over to Wells. Wells drives, puts up a jumper. It rolls around the rim, no good, and here come the Legend. They get the rebound. Down on the other end, Colson's got it. Coulson throws it inside. He was trying to hit Alvin Jefferson, the post player, and Jefferson could not hang on to it. So the ball is turned over to the Oklahoma Storm, and Doug Gottlieb's got it. He dribbles out front, really on the right side. He's asking for Galen Young to come back. Young does. He has it in the middle inside to Willie Burton. Burton, nice fake, and he puts a shot up, and it's slapped back at him by Alvin Jefferson. Jefferson out of Auburn shows an aggressive shot block there. Here come the Legend on the other end. Sean Coulson dribbling against Brent Rubish. Somebody's got to be open down low if Rubish is that far on the outside, but Legend not able to capitalize. Now it goes inside. Willie Burton tips the pass by Antonio Smith. Tips it out of bounds. It'll still be controlled by the Dodge City Legend. 11-7, 7-11 on the clock. Looking to throw the pass in, and Sean Coulson can't do anything with it. Coulson just bangs it off Gottlieb, so it'll stay with the Legend on the out-of-bounds play. Coulson out of UNC Charlotte, averaged 15 points, 6 assists this year for Fort Wayne. Brian Gates, the co-head coach over there, is not real happy. He thinks it was out of bounds, and what are they calling?
They called a foul on Galen Young.
Called a foul on Galen Young, so that's 4 fouls in the period on the Oklahoma Storm. Way outside, almost picked up his dribble. Shot is put up by Darren Hancock from 3-point range. It's no good. Scramble for the ball, and it goes back to Artie Griffin, the guard who is out of Alabama. Got an Alabama and an Auburn player. I wonder if they argue much. Inside off the turnover and the slam dunk, attempted slam dunk put up by Alvin Jefferson. And it is no good, but I believe we've got a foul here.
Now a technical.
And a technical foul now is called. And let's see who this is on.
I believe it's going to be on Willie Burton.
Willie Burton, who was arguing, yeah, Willie's down there. Willie is down there, very demonstrative on the other end, and they have called the technical. It'll be interesting to see if Brian Gates and Denny Price make a change here. Willie Burton being the elder statesman on this Oklahoma Storm team, you really don't expect it, but if Willie is down there doing it, my guess is he feels very passionate about what he's arguing about. It'll be Sean Coulson that goes to the free throw line. He puts up the free throw. It is good. That is, believe it or not, Sean Coulson's first points. He had 34 last night against Florida. Now the basketball will belong. Actually, here's where they're going to shoot the foul. The foul was on Willie Burton as well, his second personal foul. He also got the technical foul, and shooting the personal foul here was Alvin Jefferson, who Willie interfered with as he was going up for that slam dunk.
He's still arguing his case.
Don't think it's going to matter. They've already shot a technical. Willie probably would best keep his mouth shut now.
You better watch it.
Free throw is put up by Jefferson, and it is no good. Actually good. They put it up on the board now, 11-9, 6:45 left to go. Adrian Peterson and Keontae Roberts, two former Oklahoma Staters, have come in to join Galen Young, Doug Gottlieb, and Brent Rubish. That next free throw was no good, missed, and here come the Storm with it, still leading 11-9. Goes into Keontae Roberts on the left side. He's just outside the paint. Gottlieb with a long jumper. It's good. Three-pointer by Doug Gottlieb, and he nailed it. Talking to the Storm coaches, Coach Gates and Coach Price, they both have said over the last few days, Doug Gottlieb's shot, at least the frequency with which it goes in, has improved. And that would certainly be a welcome sound. Almost a steal there. Keontae Roberts with the quick hands, and he forces a travel as Artie Griffin is called for traveling, and the basketball goes over to the Storm. They hold a 5-point lead at 14-9 with 6:13 left to go, and we have got a timeout. 6:13 left to go. The Storm leading this one 14-9. You are listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball. Storm and Wade Gungle, our intern for this season, helping us out on the home games. Right now it's 14-9 with 6:13, and just about halfway through that opening period. Just to update you on the individual scoring, Bubba Wells has started this one red hot. A couple of two-pointers and a tray to go with it. He's got 7 so far. Brent Rubish has 2, so does Galen Young, and Doug Gottlieb just knocked down a three-pointer. On the other end, Sean Colson, who led the Legend last night with 34, has just 1. Hancock has 1. Antonio Smith with 4. Artie Griffin with 2. And Jefferson with 1. Storm's got the basketball, and let's see what the call is. It's going to be a foul on Dodge City. That is just their second so far of the period, and the Legends' Artie Griffin gets tagged with that one. Ball will be inbounded. Adrian Peterson will do that. Fresh 24 seconds on the shot clock, or it should be on the inbounds play. Doug Gottlieb gets it over to Keontae Roberts. Actually 10 seconds. They didn't reset the shot clock. Adrian Peterson puts up a jumper from the right side. No good. Legend rebounds, and here they go with it. And they put it back in the hands of their point guard, Sean Coulson. He's guarded by Gottlieb. One thing about it, the Storm seems like they want to run a lot more with the basketball than the Legend does. Driving down to the baseline, Coulson puts up a jumper. Good defense by Gottlieb. Not there. Gottlieb's got a break. Nice no-look pass over to Galen Young, and Young can't convert on it. Neither could Keontae Roberts trying to collect the garbage.
I believe they drew a foul.
Yeah, the foul is going to be called here. Let's see exactly who it goes. Yeah, it goes on Dodge City, and it's going to go on Antonio Smith. His first foul, just the third for Dodge City, and I'm looking to see if it's going to be of the shooting variety, and apparently it is not. Adrian Peterson is over there, set to throw it in front of the Dodge City bench. Peterson looks for Gottlieb, gets Gottlieb. Gottlieb outside, goes to Keontae. Keontae fakes the pass back, goes out to Galen Young. Young works on 2 defenders, loses the basketball, and is turned over. Artie Griffin, 6'5" guard out of Alabama, comes up with it on the other end. Colson's got it. He drives inside, hits the layup for his first 2 of the night, and it's 14-11 with 5:08. On the other end, quickly, the Storm gets it down. Gottlieb down to Keontae Roberts, and Roberts has his first bucket of the night.
Great pass by Gottlieb.
Quickly on the other end, missed by Alvin Jefferson inside. Here comes Gottlieb again, looking for more. He's outside on the right side, throws up a three. It rims around and out, and the rebound goes to Dodge City, and here comes Coulson again from the left side. He gets it inside, and they're gonna call the foul.
On Keanu Roberts.
Inside, Antonio Smith had it. Looked like he may have traveled with it. Looked like he went up, didn't do anything with the ball, and came back down, and that's what Brian Gates is arguing about right there. In the meantime, it's going to be a foul, and they have not put it up yet, but it does go on Keanu Roberts inside. Keanu, where he has really contributed to this basketball team, has been with his defensive play and his rebounding. He and Galen Yellen both have been extremely athletic out there on the floor. Not too many jump shots out of that pair, but they have done a lot of the dirty work that somebody's got to do inside in a professional basketball game. At the free throw line is Antonio Smith. Smith, a 6'9" out of Michigan State, played in the CBA for Grand Rapids, originally out of Flint, Michigan. Double-double with 11-11 last night, and he gets a free throw there. And in fact, goaltending, they counted the basket, so credit that with Antonio Smith as well, a three-point play. 4:30 left to go, and it's 16-14. Brent Rubish with the ball outside. Gets it to Adrian Peterson, who puts up a jumper off the front rim, and they're going to call
over the back on.
They're going to call over the back, I'm sure, on Keanu Roberts. There's the signal there. That'll be his second foul. Keanu trying to go over the back of one of the Legend players, and it was a clear, I mean, we could see it from here, clear call by the official. Again, the three officials tonight: Mark Hoffman, the lead official, a Big 12 veteran, is Winston Stith, and Matt Boltman is the third official of the evening. That's going to send Antonio Smith back down there. The former Spartan had to be proud of his alma mater this year in the NCAA tournament, going all the way and winning it. And the free throw there rolls off and is no good. So Antonio Smith misses that opportunity. He'll get another. It's 16-14, 2-point lead for the Storm with 4:19 left here in the first period. That one rolls off as well. Last night, the Dodge City Legend only shot 63% from the free throw line. Two misses there by Smith. Inside the miss on the drive by the Oklahoma Storm, and they draw the foul. It'll be Galen Yellen that's going to get to go shoot some freebies.
A little bit of give and go action there.
Well, let's see who they call the foul on. It'll be the second one on Artie Griffin. Artie Griffin, the 6'5" guard out of Alabama. Alvin Jefferson, the 6'9" center out of Auburn. And of course, Alabama-Auburn, very similar to what most of us around here would know as Bedlam, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, or the war up in Kansas, the sunflower rivalry between Kansas and Kansas State. Galen Yellen, who knows none of that, being from UNC Charlotte, puts up a good free throw. What he knows about tonight is Oklahoma Storm versus Dodge City Legend, which I also think will become a rivalry that people will know around these parts in the United States Basketball League. That one bounds off the rim, tipped over, and Keanu Roberts, after Rubish kept it alive, gets it. Rubish now driving inside, puts his shoulder down, and he's got the layup. He went right into Kelvin Price, who has come in the basketball game, and a dynamite play going inside on the layup by Brent Rubish. He showed some physical force there. Now on the other end, Colson driving. Doug Gottlieb puts a hand up, and that shot rolls around and in. Not bad defense on the part of Gottlieb, but Colson still got the roll. Gottlieb with a no-look pass, and no look by Brent Rubish either, which hurt. And on the other end, Kelvin Price, who has come in the game, gets the slam dunk off the steal, and it is now 19-18 with 3:25 left to go in the first period. Gottlieb got a little too fancy for his own teammate. That's something we saw Saturday night. Sometimes Gottlieb is so creative with the pass, teammates don't expect it. That one was expected. Keanu Roberts in the paint, turns right around with it and gets the one-hander to go down. On the other end, a miss by, who is that? Marshal Phillips, who is checked in. And the turnover on the other end and a turnover on the other end. One thing you will know about USBL basketball, much like the NBA or the CBA or even the IBA, is that in the final, 3 minutes, final 3 minutes of a quarter, the action speeds up. It becomes like a ping pong match. And I mean, the ball is just flying left and right. The loud roar in the background here at the Mark Price Arena, as we've got a timeout with 2:55 left to go. We'll keep it here, 21-18. Storm up by 3, but the loud roar, the introduction of a substitute, one Eric Coley, the forward out of the University of Tulsa, 6'5", originally out of Eufaula, Oklahoma, an all-WAC first-team performer as he helped lead Tulsa to an Elite Eight season. And of course, the Golden Hurricane just falling to North Carolina down in Austin, Texas, in a bid to get to the Final Four this year. Coley individually for Tulsa, and remember, there were 6 players on that Tulsa team this year that averaged double figures. The leading scorer for the Golden Hurricane was David Shelton. He came off the bench. So don't be unimpressed by Coley's scoring numbers. He averaged 11.3, 6.8 rebounds. Here's the big number, though, and Wade mentioned it before the broadcast or before the start of the game tonight. 123 steals in, I believe it was 36 or 38 games, and that was a brand new WAC, Western Athletic Conference record.
As we said, he's an excellent defensive player, and it's going to be interesting to see how he adjusts to playing professional basketball.
His problem on the offensive end, and may even a little bit on the defensive end, is he is a 3 that's more the size of a 2 in professional basketball. Players like that are known as players who are really without a position. So we'll see how well Eric Coley fits in. He has practiced 2 days with the Oklahoma Storm. He is a great-looking athlete. Guy can jump it right out of the gym. And he's on the floor joining Galen Young, Adrian Peterson, Brent Rubish, and Doug Gottlieb. Rubish and Gottlieb and Young have been in this game the entire time. They have yet to rest. Gottlieb with a pass to Galen Young, who is out on the right baseline. He drives inside, puts it up, and Galen Young, as he's done several times already, draws the foul. That foul, I believe, if I'm correct, will go against number 15, and it is number 15, Marshal Phillips, who is checked in. Phillips, 6'5" forward out of Appalachian State, had 5 points, 2 rebounds last night for the Legend. Galen Young is at the line, and the free throw is up and good. Galen Young, perfect at the line so far. Actually, I think he missed. I think he missed one. He did.
Galen's actually averaging a double-double for the Storm. 15.5 points a game and 10.5 rebounds. So.
And he gets both free throws this time, and the lead goes to 23-18 with 2:40 left to go. 5-point lead. That is ties for the biggest lead so far tonight for the Storm. Sean Coulson's got it on the other end. He gets it out to the middle, and that is Antonio Smith. Smith back to Coulson, who is over on the left. He uses his arm to clear space, puts a shot up, but it's no good. Eric Coley gets the rebound. He gets it to Gottlieb. Gottlieb over to Rubish. Rubish on the right side, back out to Coley. Back to Gottlieb, who operates deep in the offensive backcourt. Coley over on the right side, back to Young in the middle, throws up a 3, and it is good. Galen Young has a 3, and one thing we've seen already tonight is more three-pointers shot in this first period than we've seen from the Storm so far this season. Nice over-the-back pass, couldn't be converted on by the Legend. Shot put up again there, and it was each time Kelvin Price out of UNC Charlotte, the pass over the shoulder came from inside. Marshal Phillips did that, but again, Kelvin Price could not take advantage of it. And here come the Oklahoma Storm. Doug Gottlieb's got it in the backcourt. He'll bring it up front. We are now down to 1:35 left to go in the first period, and the widest margin so far at 26-18 for the Storm. Peterson back over to Gottlieb on the right side. He looks back toward Peterson on the left, but stays with it. He drives to the lane, back outside to Peterson. Peterson puts up the jumper, and again, it's no good, bounding off the rim. And one thing we've seen, actually since opening night, Adrian Peterson shot the ball well opening night, but has struggled since. Foul is called on Eric Coley. That is his first. The bonus is in effect actually now for both teams. So this will be a free throw situation for the Legend. But getting back to Adrian Peterson, shot well opening night, struggled with the shot a little on Saturday, and he is struggling with that shot again tonight. And remember, until opening night against Gulf Coast, Adrian Peterson had not played a competitive basketball game since the last game of the NCAA tournament in the 98-99 season, and the Cowboys lost to Auburn in Indianapolis. Free throw is put up there by Kelvin Price, and it's no good. That's something that the Legend has struggled with tonight. They are not shooting very well from the line. That one rolls off as well, and Galen Young's got the rebound. Here comes Gottlieb with it. 1:13 left to go. It's 26-18. Storm with their biggest margin so far on the night. Over to Rubish, who puts up a baseline jumper. It's no good. Rebound is by Price. Here comes Colson. He's fronted by Gottlieb. Good job on the defensive end to stop the penetration by Coulson. Pass now down to the baseline. Double team defense there on the part of Peterson and Rubish, and it's going to be a turnover.
Great defense there.
Fantastic. Yeah, very good double team down on the baseline as Peterson and Rubish combine, and now Rubish is going to take a break. So is Peterson, and coming back in for the Storm, or coming in, I should say, is Milo Brooks, the 6'10" center out of Virginia Commonwealth, who played for the IBA Rapid City Thrill this year and has also done time in Korea. And I'm checking the other substitution. I guess they didn't. Peterson came back in. Gottlieb throws up a jumper, but not before there is a foul called. And it's away from the basketball and will go against the Storm. And I think it's Galen Young, if I'm not mistaken. It is Galen Young. I've got him for 2. Scoreboard has him for 1. 35 left to go. No shooting situation there. Player control foul, as professional basketball allows it. On the other end, down low, is Marshal Phillips. He tries to drive the basket, but loses control of the ball. Now Gottlieb's got it on the other end for the Storm. Gottlieb trying to drive. He does drive between 2 defenders, but misses the layup. Little too hard off the glass by Gottlieb. 10 seconds now, and the Legends got it. On the other end, Colson, jumper at almost the buzzer. Goes out of bounds, and let's see what Winston Stiss says. He says after the missed shot out of bounds belongs to the Legend. There are still 3 seconds left to go here in the first period.
I think they said it was out on Galen Young.
Rather vocal crowd here tonight. Passed in real quickly. Price puts the shot up, no good. It is rebounded there by number 40, Milo Brooks, but nothing he could do with it on the defensive end for the Storm. So at the end of 1 period, your Oklahoma Storm leads this one by their widest margin, 26-18, a good defensive period and a good offensive show so far for the Storm, and an 8-point lead to show for it. 26-18 as we get ready to start the second period, and you're listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball from Quinstar Communications. Second quarter action. The Oklahoma Storm on top of the Dodge City Legend by a count of 26-18. Again, a reminder, other action coming up in the United States Basketball League. The other game tonight, that's Pennsylvania at Long Island. Tomorrow night, Atlantic City, the defending champion, will try for their first victory against another team looking for win number 1. They'll be down in Florida to play Gulf Coast. Brooklyn is at Washington. The next action after tonight for your Storm will come on Friday night. Hopefully this one ends the way it's at right now. That would mean the 3-0 Kansas Cagers would be hosting a 3-0 Oklahoma Storm team in an early South Division showdown. We are ready, as the Legend has it, to start the second period. Colson's got it out front. He goes inside. That looks like Kelvin Price in there. And he travels with the basketball. He tried to lean in with the backside and just simply lost his footing and took too many steps, as that was called there by official Mark Boltman down on the baseline. Now Gottlieb's got it. He's got it over on the right side, working against Coulson on the offensive end. Bubba Wells back in, along with Gottlieb, Galen Young, and there's a turnover there. That's going to go against Gottlieb.
I believe he moved his pivot foot.
Yeah, picked it up. That'll be a travel, and it'll come the other direction. Bubba Wells, also Galen Young, joining Milo Brooks and Eric Coley. Pass tipped there by Young, goes over to Eric Coley. Coley goes down for the layup, and he gets actually just grabbed. He was grabbed by Sean Coulson. Coulson just didn't want an easy layup, and so Eric Coley will go to the free throw line. His first chance to score points as a member of the Oklahoma Storm. He was the #2 draft pick by the Storm in the preseason rookie draft. Doug Gottlieb, the first pick of the entire draft, first pick for the Storm. And they're calling the foul on number 33, and that will be foul number 2 I've got on Darren Hancock. Scoreboard, now they switch it and they say they show Sean Colson. I don't know who gets credit. Oh, a technical foul there.
That's a flagrant foul.
Yeah, flagrant foul is what they call. And the free throw by Coley is missed. So that was his first opportunity to put points on the board as a member of the Storm.
Coulson absolutely.
Now he gets it.
Coulson absolutely mugged Coley as he went up to the bucket.
Well, he basically, I mean, it was an intentional foul. It's what they should call really more often in the college ranks. Coley was going in for the layup. He didn't hurt Coley. He just reached out, grabbed his jersey, and made sure he couldn't jump up and shoot the layup. Now, inbounding the ball is Bubba Wells. He gets it back out there to Milo Brooks. It'll take me a while to get used to that number 40 belonging to Milo Brooks. That was the jersey number that Johnny Tyson wore before his shoulder injury and subsequent surgery now on Saturday against Florida. Rotate the ball around, and they're going to call a foul. Thank you very much. They are going to call a foul, and it looks like it's going to go as well against Dodge City. And the Storm will inbound the basketball. That'll be Bubba that does that. And let's see who they give this foul on. It was called inside. I'd imagine it's one of the inside players for Dodge City, and they don't put it on the scoreboard, so we'll catch up with that later. Bubba Wells loses it on a bad pass, trying to get it inside the paint. Here comes the legend, Colson. Pull-up jumper. It's no good in the paint. Ball bounded around, fought for with Alvin Jefferson, Eric Coley, and Milo Brooks battling for it, and it ends up being the Dodge City legend who gets it out there on the outside. Shot is put up, and it is no good. That shot missed by Marshal Phillips. And here comes Gottlieb. Gottlieb's got it on the right side. He looks over, gets Coley. Coley bounces into the lane, puts up a jumper, and it's no good. That jumper, a running jumper. And then the follow-up was Milo Brooks, and I think Milo is going to go to the line.
Good job by Milo Brooks there to get in to get that offensive rebound.
Down on the other end, Darren Hancock was the guy that got the rebound and controlled the basketball on the other end. A couple of Storm players really fighting for that. Getting ready to check in for the Oklahoma Storm is Steve Hart, the 6'3" guard out of Indiana State. He is averaging 6 points a game, but in the meantime, Milo Brooks is trying to get his first points for the Storm, and he does. Shot by Brooks is up and good from the free throw line. Brooks is out of Virginia Commonwealth, originally a native of Washington, D.C., played in the IBA for Rapid City, the Thrill, and also has spent time playing overseas in Korea. Steve Hart checks in. Along with him is Willie Burton. Bubba Wells is still out there, and Coley stays out, so Gottlieb's out of the game. Shot, second free throw is put up as well by Milo Brooks, and he's perfect. 29-18, biggest margin so far for the Storm, and there's 10-11 to go here in the second period. On the other end, some subs have come in for the legend. We'll check those for you in just a second. 50 is Artie Griffin, who's back in the lineup. He goes to Kelvin Price inside. Price tries to take it to the hoop, and he's fouled. That foul is going to go on Willie Burton, and that is Burton's third foul. he has struggled. Not only that, he has a technical foul against him as well. This has not been Willie Burton's night.
He's got to be careful.
He struggled with fouls in the opening game, did okay Saturday night. Now he's got that problem again. Driving inside is number 15, Marshal Phillips, and Phillips gets it. That is his first bucket of the game. Now on the other end, Steve Hart, 6'3" out of Indiana State, originally Terre Haute, Indiana, acting as a point, goes down to the baseline to Coley. Coley goes to Brooks. Brooks tries to get it back to Coley, and the pass is intercepted. Here comes the legend. With it, big number 50, Artie Griffin. Griffin gets it back outside, and that is Brian Taylor, the rookie guard out of South Florida, that is the point guard right now for the Dodge City Legend. He puts up a jumper. It's no good, and are they going to call the foul on Bubba Wells?
I believe on Kelvin Price.
No, Kelvin Price inside. I tell you what, even though Willie Burton has struggled with foul problems, the entire team for Dodge City has struggled. And that is going to go against Price. It's actually his first. Now Steve Hart brings it down the floor over on the right side, beats the defense of Brian Taylor, who was playing aggressive, rather aggressive in the other end. Backcourt. Goes to Wells. Wells now has it again after getting a pass back from Galen Young. He slips as he's going in, and it goes in. It goes in, an incredible shot as Bubba Wells slipped as he was shooting the basketball, but still got it up. It crawled over the rim and good.
He shot that ball on the ground. Amazing.
Well, I think he shot it before his cheeks hit the floor, but he was going down as he released the basketball. No doubt about it. Shot outside by Phillips. That's an air ball, and it is picked off there by Eric Coley. Here comes the Storm. Galen Young with a three. Oh, round bounds out off the rim and is controlled by Dodge City before being tapped out of bounds by Eric Coley. Steve Hart will come down and apply some backcourt pressure as Dodge City will inbound the basketball. Their coach over there, Kent Davidson, yelling instructions. Davidson, much like Brian Gates, co-head coach of the Storm, doesn't sit down much during the game. Driving on the other end, but losing the basketball was Artie Griffin, and now the Storm's got it on the other end. It is Steve Hart with the lay-in. Quick transition on the turnover. Steve Hart gets the lay-in. It is 33-20 with 8:19 left to go, and Kent Davidson has decided he wants a timeout. He's going to talk to the legend. We're going to keep it right here. 33-20 the score.
That was a heads-up play by Galen Young. He got the steal and threw the ball down the floor. And a great pass, good bucket.
All right, let's check the scoring, and that a favorite down on Van Buren. Likes to go play a little pool and eat the double cheese chili burgers at the Flamingo. All right, Brian Taylor's got the basketball for the Dodge City Legend. He tries to go inside, and that is Artie Griffin. Griffin struggling with it. He puts up a shot, and there is a foul call. Griffin is going to get to shoot free throws here, and let's see who it goes against.
I think it's going to go against Eric Coley.
And I think it's going to go against Coley as well. And it is Eric Coley's second foul. Foul trouble so far. Willie Burton's got 3 personals. I've got Galen Young, Keone Roberts, and Eric Coley, all with 2 apiece now. And I've got Artie Griffin with a missed free throw, and that's the 5th miss at the free throw line for Dodge City. You can ill afford to do that. That one is up, and it rolls off as well, and it's rebounded by Galen Young, who probably now has ascended to the lead in rebounds in this game. He's had several caroms here recently. Oh, nice pass. Galen Young, I say nice thought. Nice thought. Galen Young tried to lead Bubba Wells to the basket. If he had thrown it perfectly, it would have been a bang-bang play and a couple of easy points for the Storm, but he led Wells just a little bit too much. Ball went out of bounds, and now the Legends got it. Sean Coulson dribbles with it on the left side. He has come back in. He works on Steve Hart. Nice behind-the-back dribble. Little delay. Dribble there, and the foul is called as Colson was driving inside. And that is going to be the 3rd foul on Eric Coley. Sean Colson will go to the line. Checking now, I was going to check and see last night what Colson did. He makes that free throw. Last night for the Legend, Colson at the free throw line was a perfect 6 for 6. That's what I thought I was looking for. This guy is normally Mr. Automatic at the free throw line. And we didn't jinx him. He knocked both those down, and it's now 33-22 with 7:34 left to go in the first half in the second period here. Wells works on, looks like Kelvin Price he's working on. Tries to get a shot off. It air balls, actually hit the rim, just the side of the rim. Dodge City gets the rebound. They're going to try and make this less than a double-digit game on this offensive possession. Goes to Kelvin Price. He's on the right baseline, and they're going to call a foul away from the basketball. And I think it's going to be on Adrian Peterson. Pete's not real happy about that, although he's got a few fouls to give. No, it's an illegal defense. Illegal defense, that's just a warning. Then it becomes a shooting situation. We saw that on Saturday night. The ball's inbounded, goes back inside, and working is Marshal Phillips. Shot is blocked by Phillips in the paint. He wants a foul, and what do we got here? Brian Gates is asking for a conference with Winston Stith, and he gets it. At least he gets some of Stith's attention. Not all of it, some of it. Marshal Phillips inbounds it to Coulson. Long jumper on the right baseline, and it's good. It'll be a two-pointer by Coulson. He now has 9. On the other end, Hart goes to Galen Young. Young in the middle. He's going to try and drive on Phillips. Goes back out to Hart, who dribbles. Gets it back over to Young on the left side, and that is blocked by Alvin Jefferson. Slapped away quickly on the other end. And is that shot good?
I believe so.
I think it is, and that is big Kelvin Price that puts the bucket in. He slam dunks it on the other end off the turnover. It is indeed good, and a foul is called. That'll be the first one on Steve Hart. Doug Gottlieb is going to check back in. Check Kelvin Price with another bucket, and he's going to get a chance for a free throw here. 6:36 now to go. Price with a three-point play attempt, and he can't hit it. Another missed free throw for the Dodge City Legends. Second for Price. Gottlieb has got it. He's calling the offense. He loves this. They are actually letting him call offenses and inbound plays, and Gottlieb wants to be a coach. Grew up playing for his dad, who was a coach. Missed shot there as Bubba Wells tried to drive the paint off a nice feed. And the rebound goes to Dodge City. Here's Colson. He leans in on Gottlieb, passes it inside to Marshal Phillips. It's off Phillips, out of bounds, and nope, they're going to say it was off the Storm, and they're going to give the basketball to the Legend. Legend will throw it in underneath. Griffin out there to Jefferson. To Coulson, back over. This is Griffin, the former Alabama Crimson Tide player. He gets it underneath to Marshal Phillips, and Phillips knocks it down. Phillips is becoming a pain in the you-know-what. 6'5" Appalachian State player, former Appalachian State player, playing forward for the Legend. On the other end, that's Galen Young. Baseline jumper by Young is good. Nice move. Very good move as Young was trying to open things up for himself. On the other end, Galen Young guarded by Doug Gottlieb. Gottlieb just sticks his hand out, much like the first foul of the game. Gets called very quickly. Mark Hoffman calling the foul on Gottlieb there, and that will be Doug's second foul. It's also the 15 foul, which will set up a bonus situation. Sean Coulson goes to the line. We mentioned he was a perfect 6 for 6. Dodge City's opening win last night over Florida. And tonight he is a perfect 4 for 4 against Oklahoma.
He's a pure shooter.
Not bad on the assists either. He had 8 last night. Of course, Gottlieb had 7 in one period. 5 free throws, makes it 11 points now for Colson, and he's starting to heat up a little bit, mainly from the free throw line. Gottlieb gets it, and he's looking at Adrian Peterson. They thought they read each other's eyes. Peterson went to the basket, and Gottlieb's pass went to where Peterson was and then out of bounds. And now the Legends got it again. It's 35-30. They have really cut into that lead. Turnover on the other end. Gottlieb's got it, pressured, and he's actually hit in the back by Kelvin Price, and Price will get called for the foul. Winston Stith makes sure of that. 5:15 now left to go in that lead down to 35-30. This has been a sluggish offensive period, the second for your Oklahoma Storm. Tickets, hey, I know how you can get them. 580-237-0238. Or go to the Chisholm Trail box office, and you can see Brent Rubish knock down a jumper just like he did there to get the Storm back going again. 37-30, 7-point lead. Rubish with a nice jumper, about a 12-footer. And that ball is knocked out from one of the Legend players and goes out of bounds. And it's a turnover, and now Doug Gottlieb will walk it up the floor for the Storm. So all of a sudden, after a lot of momentum going the Legends' way, the momentum has turned again off that Rubish jumper, and a turnover here, and the Storm's got a chance to get it close to double digits again. Actually, a 3 would put it back at double. That's a 2-point jumper by Galen Yellen, very close to a 3, but a 2 from the right side, and it's now 39-30 with 4:31 to go. Coulson works on Gottlieb, they bump. Colson loses the basketball. Peterson gets it. He goes to Gottlieb. Gottlieb's not walking it up now. He's driving it back. 3-point shot on the left side, put up by Young, no good. Gottlieb saves it, but he saves it to Antonio Smith. Down to the other end on the long pass. It's Coulson to Marshal Phillips, and Phillips has got it. Phillips has got the 2. Nice passing there. You got to give him credit. It went from Antonio Smith down on the other end real quickly to Colson to Marshal Phillips, and they quickly get the bucket to make it 39-32. So 4:02 to go. It's back to a 7-point game. Gottlieb's got it on the right side in the offensive front court. Adrian Peterson we haven't called his name much lately. Pass by Gottlieb over to Bubba Wells. Wells puts up the jumper, and that's a 2 for Bubba from the right side. It's 41-32. Bubba's got 11. Inside, no contest there as Antonio Smith is able to get an easy bucket. Gottlieb's got it. He's dribbling on the right side in the offensive front court. Now he circles around, throws up his own jump shot. It bounds off the back of the rim. No good, and here come the Dodge City Legend. Colson's got it, works on Gottlieb, going to the basket, throws up a wild layup, no good. But Marshal Phillips, who has he's become the garbage man for the Dodge City Sanitation Department. And he's done a good job of it. It's back to just a 5-point lead at 41-36, and we've got 3:08 left to go, and I believe this will be a short timeout. So we will keep it here. 3:08 to go in the second period. It is 41-36. Your Storm with a 5-point lead over Dodge City. Boy, this has been a quarter of spurts, Wade. I mean, we've seen 4 or 5 points go Dodge City's way, and then 4 or 5 in a row go with the Storm, and then back to Dodge City again.
Neither team can consistently take control of the game. The Storm's lead up is down to 5 now, so came in at 11. But they're gonna have to play hard to defend that lead.
Now the Storm dancers are out there right now doing some dancing, and they're displaying a new uniform tonight that we have yet to see. This one's a little more of the tighter variety, at least up top, and that's as far as I'm going to go with it, folks, because Storm basketball is a family show. We mentioned 580-237. Tickets next.
Telling how many rebounds, and he's got several steals in this quarter.
But Galen Young is a tremendous athlete. The thing is, and he has knocked down a 3 tonight. In fact, we've seen 3 trays. I believe that's more than we've seen in any game so far this season. Bubba Wells knocked one down early. Galen Yellen had one, and Doug Gottlieb had one in his only made field goal attempt. Speaking of, Gottlieb passes the midcourt line, passes it to Rubish, who's checked back into the game. Galen Yellen stays in there. Keani Roberts and Adrian Peterson join them. Young puts up a jumper, no good off the front rim, and rebounded by Antonio Smith. Down on the other end, pass is thrown, it's out of control, but it looks like it's going to be off the guys in red, and it'll belong to the Dodge City Legend. Again, the Storm wearing their red home jerseys, number and logo on front, black and white diamond, or black and white lightning bolt down the side. Dodge City with traditional basketball togs, black with purple, white, and silver trim. Pass from Coulson goes inside. Now it belongs to Jefferson. Jefferson lays it in, and they're going to say no basket. Shot clock violation. The buzzer did not go off on the 24-second clock, but the officials noticed that it hit 0 before Jefferson laid it in up and over one of the Oklahoma Storm players. So no basket, stays 41-36. 2:24 now left to go as Doug Gottlieb brings it up the floor. Gets it over to Peterson. Peterson right in front of us on the left side. Back to Rubish in the middle. Now to Gottlieb, who drives inside, puts up the layup, off the glass, no good. But Rubish is there to clean it up for him, and Doug can thank Brent Rubish on that. Second missed layup by Gottlieb. Guy hit the jumper tonight from way out and has missed 2 layups. That one off the glass, but Rubish does a little glass cleaning there. Shot there is put up by, is that Colson that knocked that down? Man, it bounced around the rim a bunch. On the other end, Young goes back out to Gottlieb. Gottlieb has a little trouble with that pass. Now he starts to drive, spins, back to Young. Young guarded by Phillips, puts up a jumper, it's way off. But glass cleaning again is Brent Rubish. He's right there to collect the trash, up and in, and Rubish is in double figures. He's got 10 now. It is 45-38. The Storm in front by 7. Colson works on Gottlieb. Gottlieb puts his shot, or puts his hand up, and they're going to call a foul on Gottlieb. He actually put his hand on Colson to propel his jump up in the air, and Winston Stith saw that and caught him. Shot was good, by the way, by Colson. He knocked it down, so now he gets a chance for the three-point play, and if he does, the lead will be back to 4, and that'll be the closest it's been since about midway through the first period. Colson has now has 15 points. 5 from the line, and he's got 5 of the 2-point variety from the field.
Steve Hart came into the ball game to replace Gottlieb. I don't think Coach Gates thought that was a very smart play on Doug's behalf.
No, I think they're going to talk to Doug about using his hands there on the player. That's something you get away in college basketball with, but can't here. 6 for 6 from the line. That's what Colson was last night. That's what he is so far tonight against the Storm, as it's 45-41. Going inside is Young. He gets it.
Great move.
Galen Young has been very, very good tonight. As Wade mentioned earlier, he has been Mr. Athletic on the drive there down the baseline, gets the bucket, and it's 47-41. Inside, or out, actually over on the right wing. Pass goes to number 33, and that is Darren Hancock back in the game for the Legend, Keani Roberts. Those two played against each other. They did some Big 8/Big 12 duty. Actually, it was Big 8 duty against each other. I don't think Hancock ever played in what was the Big 12. Now going to the baskets, Marshal Phillips, and he puts a one-handed slam dunk through with an exclamation point, and Phillips is in double figures with 10.
I think his elbow was above the rim on that one.
It was pretty far up there. On the other side, Steve Hart, the guard, has got it. It's 31 seconds left out front. Hart dribbles around, tries to drive the baseline. 2 defenders, nice pass into the middle. Nice bounce pass to Keani Roberts, and Roberts knows what to do with it. It's 49-43, the lead at 6. 19 seconds left. That's Griffin with the ball on the right side. He goes in the paint, throws, changes hands, and throws up a shot off the glass, a layup, and it is good. Griffin is a pretty athletic player. 49-45, 7 seconds. Hart trying to get somebody open. He drives on his own. Hart puts up the layup, and it is blocked, and they're not going to call what the Storm wants on Phillips, which would have been goaltending, but it was a clean block. So it is 49-45, a 4-point advantage for the Oklahoma Storm here at halftime. 49-45, you are listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball. Leads away with 14 points, 5 rebounds. Milo Brooks with 2, Eric Coley with 1, and Brent Rubish has 10 points. Rubish also has 4 rebounds so far. And as we get ready for the second half, kind of a quick delay there as the shot clock was not operating. So they'll do it again. And Wade Gungle is with us. What do you think as far as the second half? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the Storm to step up defensively. They played pretty well in the first half of play. Got a little bit away from the second quarter, but hopefully have a good defensive effort.
All right, Dodge City goes inside real quickly and is rewarded for that inside effort as Antonio Smith knocks down a feed from Sean Coulson. Dodge City is going from our right to our left, north to south, while the Storm going the opposite direction. And Brett Rubish throws up a jumper from the top of the key that's no good. 49-47, 2-point game, and here comes the legend with a chance to tie it up or even take the lead on a 3, of which they have not hit one tonight. 11:20 left to go. We're in the first minute of the second half. Outside, that is Griffin that throws up a 3. And what did I do? Artie Griffin throws in the 3, and now it is a 50-49 lead for the Dodge City Legend. Oklahoma trails for the first time in the basketball game. Down low, Bubba Wells airballs a baseline jumper, but Willie Burton is there to collect the rebound and put it up. And believe it or not, Burton, who had 24 the other night and 14 rebounds against Florida, gets his first points on the garbage. Down low, that's, I believe that's Smith. It goes back out to Griffin. He throws up another 3, and it's good.
Unbelievable.
Artie Griffin has got 2 threes to start the second half, and it's 53-51, a 2-point advantage for Dodge City. Doug Gottlieb directs it on the other end. Nice give and go, or attempted a give and go, and instead it is stolen by Griffin. Griffin over to Colson. Colson inside to Phillips. Phillips puts it up, and they're calling the offensive off. No, they're calling the block. I thought they were going to call a foul on Phillips. They call the block. That's going to go against Willie Burton, and that is his 4th.
It looked to me like he had his feet set, I'm telling you.
I thought so too, which is why I thought the official would call the offensive foul. He does not. That is going to put at the line Marshal Phillips. Phillips out of Appalachian State, 6'5", plays Fort Wayne in the CBA, and he misses the free throw, which is something that they have done a lot of. That personally is Phillips' first miss, but shooting only 50% of the first half was Dodge City. And Phillips holds true with that. He's 50%. It's 54-51, down by 3. Gottlieb with it on the right side. Goes to Willie Burton. Burton tries to drive, and
they're gonna count it?
I don't know if they'll count it or not. It'd be the continuation, which we see often in the NBA, and no, it is not counted. Willie Burton fouled there, and that foul is going to go against Artie Griffin. Third foul for the Alabama product. Doug Gottlieb's got it on the right side. Gottlieb almost takes an extra step, gets it to Rubish, back to Gottlieb, back down inside, and that is Bubba Wells, who tried to find Willie Burton. And Burton, the traffic was pretty crowded where Burton was standing. It's going to go out of bounds, and the foul is on. Is that on Griffin again? They have not. I was thinking it was not on Griffin.
It is on Griffin.
But it is. It's his fourth. So Griffin now has 4 fouls. Wells will inbound it from the right side in the offensive front court for the Oklahoma Storm, and they trail 54-51. Led the entire first half and have given it up here early to Dodge City in the second half, thanks to a couple of threes. Galen Young tries to put it up. It is swatted away, and it's swatted away over there by Marshal Phillips, who's been Mr. Everything so far. Instead, Phillips is called for the foul on the shot block, and Galen Young's going to get to shoot some free throws. For Phillips, that is his second foul. Galen Young out of North Carolina, Charlotte, so far this season averaging 15.5 points, and he's going to beat that tonight as he's at 14 already. Make it 15 there. He is also 5 of 6 from the free throw line, averaging 10.5 rebounds a game. He has really been one of the stalwarts early on in the history of the Oklahoma Storm. Make that free throw good as well, and that makes it a 1-point game at 54-53. Coulson's got it on the right side for Dodge City. He tries to go inside. That is Antonio Smith, who throws it way out and hits our table and our sign, and we need to charge him for that.
Got to credit that one to the defense of the Storm. They trapped the ball on the baseline again and forced a turnover.
If they hurt the sign, TC's going to come after him, and they don't want that. All right, the turnover goes to the Storm. Like we said, they are moving from our left to right. Doug Gottlieb working on Sean Coulson, trying to mesmerize him with the dribble. Doesn't work. He goes over to Burton. Burton throws up a 3, and that's good.
Credit the assist to Gottlieb.
Willie Burton, and as Wade mentioned, Gottlieb gets the assist, and the Storm is back out in front. They've got a turnover.
Showtime.
The other end, Bubba Wells puts it in. Bubba Wells with a slam dunk, and quickly it's a 4-point lead. Bubba Wells, the leading scorer early in the game for the Storm, has been kind of quiet since, but he certainly knocks that one down. And real quickly, the Storm is back out in front by 4, 58-54. And over on the Dodge City bench, Kent Davidson has called a timeout. I think this will be a short one. Yeah, they're signaling 30, so we will keep it here.
It was a great heads-up play by Bubba Wells to get that steal and then come back down and slam it home.
It was pretty easy. I mean, Dodge City gave it up quickly in the front court, and when Bubba got it, there was absolutely no black shirts between him and the Storm's basket. He just simply went down, had plenty of time to set it up and throw it down two-handed and get the crowd on their feet, which he certainly did with that thunder dunk. A thunder dunk by the Storm and Bubba Wells. Now, Dodge City inbounds it. 9:02 left to go here in the third period, and it's 58-54. Here comes Colson. Colson with it on the left side on the offensive front court. He looks inside to Antonio Smith. Smith tries to set up a jumper against Rubish. Rubish with good defense. Pass goes inside, goes into where, who was that? That is Alvin Jefferson. Jefferson can't make it, but the foul's called on Willie Burton, and Burton can't handle it.
Nothing seems to be going Willie Burton's way.
Burton is still jumping around, and remember, he was called for the technical. That is his fifth personal foul. So Willie Burton is one away from taking a seat on the bench to watch the rest of this one as a spectator. It'll send Alvin Jefferson, who is 1 for 2 at the line. And he make that 1 for 3 now at the line. Burton's going to come out. Keontae Roberts is going to replace him. Keontae Roberts' play, by the way, has been very solid tonight. Jefferson is going to get another crack here. to keep up the 50% average on the part of the Legend, and he can't do it. He misses that one as well. Rubish with a rebound down on the other end. Long pass, which was aimed for Kiani Roberts, which I can promise you would have been a spectacular play, but the Legend able to get to it and tip it out of bounds. Now Bubba Wells inbounds underneath the basket. He's looking for somebody. Gets it to Galen Young. Young out there beyond the three-point line, drives into the paint, puts a shot up, you will count that.
Nice move.
Galen Young, who has been very athletic tonight, does a terrific job. He was out on the three-point line, was able to put the ball on the floor and just blow by the defender, put up a little scoop layup as he got into the paint, knocked that down, and he also draws the foul, which is the third on Marshal Phillips, and Galen Young knocks down the free throw. So he is having a tremendous game. Make that 20 points now for Galen Young as he's way above his average. It's 61-54 with 8:23 left to go in the third period. Coulson, crowded by Gottlieb and Rubish, gets it over to Phillips, who drives inside. He can't hit the shot with a garbage underneath. That is Darren Hancock, and Hancock gets the garbage basket and also draws the foul.
They're going to call the foul on Kiani Roberts.
And for Kiani Roberts, that will now be his third.
Kiani's got to clear out in that situation. Just let him have the bucket.
Free throw by Hancock is up off the front of the rim, no good. Gottlieb battles with several Legend players, and the Legends come up with it. Or the Legend comes up with it. Now they've got a chance to bite into this 5-point lead even a little bit more. Shot is blocked by Brent Rubish.
He stares him down.
And out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Legend. Legend looking for a foul call. In fact, Kent Davidson goes over to official Mark Hoffman and says, hey, you don't think there was some contact in there? Legend didn't know they had the ball. Winston Stith puts the ball down, starts the count. They get it in time. This is Colson from way out on the left side, a three-pointer, no good. Gottlieb with tries to thread the needle to Kiani Roberts, but the ball is picked off by Hancock. Inside to Marshall. Marshal Phillips down the line, down the baseline, and he gets the slam dunk. Now 61-58, jumper by Rubish, no good, rebounded. Well, I said it was rebounded, and it was actually tipped by Antonio Smith over to Coulson. Coulson with a great pass inside to Jefferson. He gets the slam dunk, and that quickly, if I'm on the Storm bench, I'm thinking about a timeout because it's 61-60 with 7:22 left, and the Legend has a chance to tie it here as a foul was called on Galen Young, and I've got him for 3.
The last couple of possessions, there have been some gaping holes in the Storm's defense.
Well, and not enough holes for Gottlieb's passes on the other end. Jefferson puts the free throw up, and he finally hits one here in the second half. And we are all knotted at 61-61. Gottlieb brings it up, 7:17 to go. You get the feeling this one is going to go down to the wire like we saw on Saturday night. Gottlieb drives inside of the paint. He's going to be fouled, and I think I'll have to call that on Colson. The only other player in the area looking over was Antonio Smith. And let's see, I think that's got to be on Colson.
Doug's going to the line.
Doug will go to the line, and the crowd starts chanting, clapping, everything else, Gottlieb. And of course, this is something the Oklahoma State fans did during the year to kind of help Gottlieb. Rather than be quiet on free throws, they got noisy on a home team player's free throws. Gottlieb knocks that one down, and it was pretty as a picture. Nothing wrong with that free throw at all. Little contact on outside the lane. Nothing wrong with that one, and Gottlieb slaps his hands together. He's impressed with himself, 2 for 2 at the line. Colson on the right side. Works on Gottlieb, puts a shot up. It's a bank shot off the glass and off the front rim, and it's rebounded there by Jefferson, who puts the putback again off the glass, up and in, and we're tied again at 63. Gottlieb over to Young, who is at the top of the three-point line. Now back to Gottlieb. He dribbles in slightly on the right side. Working on Colson between the legs. Between the legs again. Jump shot is up. No good off the front rim. Rebounded, though, by Kiani Roberts. Johnny on the spot. Galen Young from the left side puts a jumper up off the rim and rebounded by the Legend. Here comes Dodge City with the basketball. Darren Hancock's got it. He's working against Galen Young, and they're going to call a foul on Galen Young.
I think they're going to get a reach on him.
Bumping.
A little bit too close.
That will be, they say that, they show the third on no, that's not right. They show the third on Galen Young. I've got him, this would be with 4, but I'm gonna correct mine and just leave it. That's gonna be a timeout with 6:16 left to go. We are all knotted up with Dodge City going to the free throw line at 63-63, and you are listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball from Quinstar Communications.
Alex Weber and Joe Austin.
He won't live that one down soon. Crowd won't let him forget it either. Air ball that I'm not even sure it drew net. He'll get a second opportunity here, although he shouldn't, and he knocked that one down. Should have been penalized for that ugly first free throw. All right, so a 1-point lead for the Legend. Gottlieb down on the other end. Gets it to Adrian Peterson, who's checked into the basketball game. Gottlieb, Rubish, Young, Peterson, and Keontae Roberts. Gottlieb out front, goes to Rubish, who looks for his jumper, can't find it. Inside from Peterson to Keontae Roberts, who drives through, makes a nice move, gets it out to Young, and Young can't knock down the shot. Here come the Legend. In front of us, Darren Hancock. Ye of great free throw shooting. This is Sean Colson. Colson right in front of us. Gottlieb defending him. He'll dribble across the court. Gets it over there to Antonio Smith. Inside, that is Darren Hancock. And the crowd oohs and ahs a little bit with the dunk as he came down the baseline. And now it is a 3-point advantage for the Legend at 66-63. And we've got 5:15 left to go in the third quarter. Gottlieb works. Nice pass inside. Minimum, that's going to be a foul. And Wade, just another example of a terrific pass thrown by Doug Gottlieb. Unfortunately, Galen Young couldn't complete it, but he'll try at the free throw line as he was fouled.
Gottlieb has had many a great pass tonight. Just about got another assist there, but Galen couldn't put it down. Hopefully he can hit the 2 throws, though.
You know, and as he gets to know his teammates and his teammates get to know him, it will only get better. All right, Galen Young at the free throw line. Oh, that bounds off and really goes in and out and comes flying back out, unfortunately. Can use every point. Galen Young misses this one off the front rim. A lot of hustle by the Storm to try and rebound it, but they can't get it. Unusual. He had done a good job of hitting the free throws in the first half. On the other end, that's Sean Coulson working on Gottlieb. Actually, Keontae Roberts out there really pestering him. Now going inside, and they're going to call it travel.
Great.
Darren Hancock comes in. I think they thought Keontae Roberts might have made contact, but Hancock was spinning, goes to the ground, and Winston Stith signals a travel call, and here come the Storm. Gottlieb with it, signals the offensive set he wants. Looks like an isolation play as Gottlieb's the only one on the right side. Coming back over, posting up, Rubish, and inside, that is Adrian Peterson. Peterson spins the shot off his hand in the lane. Nice bucket. Down on the other end quickly was Antonio Smith inside, and Brent Rubish is going to be called for the foul as he slapped at the basketball, and he got more than ball there, but a nice shot by Adrian Peterson on the other end.
And that was all done by Doug Gottlieb, too. He got a good pass in there.
Yeah, he got that assist, too, didn't he?
I think so. I think that's
I
another
am
one.
telling you, man, the guy we need to check. Look at Antonio Smith. He's faking an injury. He's saying, man, he hurt me, ref, he hurt me. He's full of, you know what.
It's a family show.
Oh, I know. We're not gonna go that direction. He is full of bull manure. How about that?
There we go.
He missed the first free throw. Smith did. He's 1 for 4 from the line. A couple of new guys checking in. Milo Brooks checks in. He's going to give Brent Rubish a rest. I guess that's the only guy checking in. Free throw there by Antonio Smith is down. And it is 67-65, a 2-point advantage. Gottlieb throws up a jumper, and it is good.
You see that?
Yeah, I saw it. It's a 2-pointer. One thing about Gottlieb's shots, if you haven't seen him before, they go way high, they're rainbows, and they have a lot of rotation. And with that red, white, and blue basketball and the panels, you can really see the rotation. The ref is Darren Hancock is trying to lobby for a call from referee Matt Bultman. As it is,
they got one
the legend already had a call, and the call was a foul on Milo Brooks. That's his first, and it's going to send, as we're already into the bonus. I tell you what, doesn't take long to hit the bonus. And that's going to send, I believe, is that Smith?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Antonio Smith shooting at the line. His free throw is up and no good.
How much of a
He has
surprise
struggled with it. Looks like, yeah, co-head coach Brian Gates is saying, I want a timeout, and he gets it. 4:06 left to go here in the third period, and we'll take a timeout with him. It's all knotted at 67 with Antonio Smith getting another free throw and a chance to break that tie. When we come back, you are listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball from Quinstar Communications. Our sponsors here. a free throw, and it's a 1-point lead for the Legend. Doug Gottlieb outside, gets the pass inside to Galen Young. He goes baseline, puts up a long baseline jumper from the left side. It's no good, and Coulson gets the rebound, and he gets a quick pass into Antonio Smith, and it's a great block. It was pinned on the glass by Galen Young. Young comes down with it on the other end. Gottlieb over to Peterson. Peterson airballs the baseline jumper. Young had a chance at a follow, but now the Legends got it on the other end. Great block. Storm doesn't do anything with it. And on the other end with the layup, that is Marshal Phillips. He has really been a thorn in the side. He's got 15 on the night. Gottlieb now on the right side, tries to go in. Gets a pass inside to Keontae Roberts. Looks like they'll reset the offense with 10 on the shot clock. Gottlieb outside. Gets a screen from Keontae, gets over, gets an open jumper, it goes up, it's no good off the rim, and the Legends got it again with a 3-point lead at 70-67. Colson goes inside, lays it in off the glass, and it's a 5-point advantage, and the Storm better stop the run. Better stop the hurt. 2:47 left to go here in the period. Gottlieb slows it down on the offensive end. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Gottlieb pinned between two defenders, gets it out to Milo Brooks. Brooks surely doesn't know the offense. He just got to town. Gottlieb way out there with nothing on the shot clock, and they're going to call the violation before Gottlieb can even put it up. And right now there is a problem with the buzzer on the shot clock. It simply doesn't go off in time, and the officials are having to keep their eye on it. But a shot clock violation does turn it over. The Legend has it. And Hart has come in for Gottlieb. Galen Young has checked out as well. Eric Coley is in for him. Bubba Wells is in, and he joins, they join, I should say. Hart, Coley, and Wells join Milo Brooks and Keontae Roberts.
Trying to figure out what's going on here.
Well, I mean, it was a shot clock violation. They're inbounding the basketball, and maybe some talk on the other end. Legend has got Sean Colson in, Antonio Phillips, Darren Hancock. Going to the basket was Colson. He knocks down another one. He's got, I believe, 24 points now, and it's a 74-67 advantage, and the crowd is getting a little restless. Hart's got it on the offensive end. He goes to Keontae in the middle of the floor, back to Hart with just a little underhand pass. Hart's working on the dribble on Colson. Wells has got it now. He tries to spin around, loses his dribble, loses the ball to Colson. On the other end, they try and get a dipsy-do out of Hancock, and collecting the mistake by Hancock was Antonio Smith, and he gets just a simple lay-in. Long jumper, a three-pointer tried by Wells, and it's going to be kicked out on the other end, and we've got an injury. That's got to be Hancock. Hancock tried to get fancy with it on the other end, and that's when Antonio Wells got it, or Antonio Smith, rather. A technical foul called on Bubba Wells. We got to straighten this out.
Trying to figure out
They're still looking. Darren Hancock is still down on the other end.
He ran into the goal.
He did. He ran into the goal when he tried his fancy shot. I lost him. I forgot him because the ball stayed up, and Antonio Smith got it and put the bucket down.
Then to add insult to injury on the way back down on the other trip, the ball hit Hancock while he was laying on the ground.
76-67, and the Storm dancers are over there saying, please get this big man out of here. He's hurt. Please come check and see if he's bleeding. See if he's got a pulse. Somebody's working on him. Yeah, the trainer. That's Sherry Phelps that's over there working on Darren Hancock. He's getting up very slowly, folks. I'm going to guess he checks out of here. He may have a concussion. He's wobbling.
Yeah.
The head coach of the Legend, Kent Davidson, comes out to congratulate him. And I think we've got a doctor in the stands that went over to check him out as well. Yeah, coming in is 50, Artie Griffin. He will replace Darren Hancock. And in the meantime, somebody gets to shoot a technical that I believe was called on Bubba Wells.
It'll be Colson. Big surprise.
Is there any doubt about that? I mean, the guy's 6 for 6 from the line, 12 for 12 on the season. Coulson puts it up, and it's good. It's now a 10-point advantage. That quick, Dodge City has taken control. They're going to get the basketball as well. Actually, they're going to get a few more free throws because I forgot about the foul on Marshal Phillips. And they're saying Sean Coulson's supposed to shoot that as well.
That's convenient.
That will be contested. Brian Gates is over there saying, hey guys, and here comes Marshal Phillips back. Hey, the legend tried to pull a fast one. You know, you can't trust a Dodge City sheriff.
That's right.
They may wear white hats, but they're not always in the right. And that one was, they were trying to pull a fast one. The old Western switch double-roo. And the free throw by Phillips is no good, which is good to have him at the line rather than Mr. Colson, who can't miss. Phillips gets another try. It's 77-67, and he misses it again. And that's a good thing because the rebound goes to the Storm. Here they come on the other end. Steve Hart's got it on the dribble. He's out front, leaning to the right side, goes to Coley. Coley has, I don't believe, made a basket yet. He has not. His only point coming at the line. Hart throws up a three. It's off the rim, no good, and that's kind of what the Storm was getting with Gottlieb.
Yep.
And you don't get as good a passing, I don't think, with Hart. At least we haven't seen it out of Steve Hart, out of Indiana State. Shot there, put up by Coulson. He had all kinds of people in red in his face and still knocked down the shot. Now Hart's got it. He's working against Coulson on the offensive end. It's a 12-point disadvantage for the Storm right now. They are trying to stop the bleeding, and right now it's just pouring out. Inside, that's Wells. He's fouled. He'll go to the line, and the foul is going to be called, I believe, on either Hancock. Couldn't be Hancock. He's out. It's got to either be on Kelvin Price, who was checked into the game, or is that Antonio Smith down there as well? Yes.
Yes.
And the foul goes against Antonio Smith, his third. Bubba Wells at the free throw line. Throws the rock up and knocks it down. Wells' first free throw. He has now got 14 points on the night. He is averaging on the season 13.5 points, so he's beat his average. That free throw no good. It bounces off. And here come the Dodge City Legend. We're under a minute to go with the Legend leading by 11, 79-68, 35 to go in the third quarter. Colson goes over to Price. Price, that's Phillips, Marshal Phillips. He stops in the lane, pops a jumper, and gets the shooter's roll. It goes down for him.
Can't stop that shot either. He had two hands.
And you can't, when it gets on the rim and rolls in, you know, Lady Luck's on your side. Now on the other end, Milo Brooks goes over to Hart. Hart dribbles in, comes back out, gets it outside to Keani Roberts. He goes in the paint, takes it up, beautiful by Keani Roberts. Takes it up, gets the one-hander to go in. Nice rotation on it. Down on the other end with 1 second. Shot is up, but they're going to call the foul. Call the foul.
Smart play by Wells.
Wells comes down there. They put the three-pointer up, and that's going to equal 3 free throws because the Legend fouls him right there at the buzzer. Nice job by Keani Roberts getting that last bucket. Then quickly off the missed shot, here comes the Storm, and Bubba Wells putting up a 3 outside is going to earn himself 3 free throws.
He leaned right into his man.
Foul was, by the way, the foul was on Antonio Smith, his 4th. And here goes Bubba to shoot 3. We will wait to take our break until Bubba has put them all up. First one is up and bounds off. Come on, Bubba. That's 1 for 3 from the line for Bubba Wells, the former Austin Peay leading scorer in the NBA, Dallas Maverick, Chicago Bull. Come on, Bubba, and he misses that one as it rims out. Down to 1 chance here for Bubba. And that one bounds in, so 2 of 5 from the line. It's a 10-point game after the end of 3 quarters. 81-71, the Legend over your Storm. And you are listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball. have their work cut out for them against a pretty talented Dodge City team. All right, as we start, Bubba Wells is in there with Milo Brooks. Eric Coley is in there, so is Steve Hart and Keani Roberts. That's for your Storm. We'll check Dodge City in a minute as Steve Hart, nice! Steve Hart takes the pass, drives down the heart of the lane, no pun intended, puts it up off the glass and in and draws the foul. So that's a good way to get the final period started. 11:46, we're just into it. And the foul goes against a guy I mean, Kelvin Price is a guy you can definitely make a villain out of on that Dodge City team. He likes to hack a lot. He's one of your more aggressive players, and he got contact there with Steve Hart. Now Hart has a chance to knock down the conventional three-point play, and he does. It rolls in and good. So an excellent job there by Steve Hart. He now has 5 points in the basketball game. On the defensive end, he's guarding Coulson. Keani Roberts comes out for the double team. Ball gets down to Kelvin Price. Gets thrown back out to the center to Darren Hancock. And a foul's going to be called there, and I think that's going to go against Bubba Wells. That would make sense.
I think they may have called on Eric Coley.
Eric Coley, excuse me, 41, and that is his fourth. Inside, the shot is missed by the legend. They get the trash. Darren Hancock gets it. He goes up with it, and he is fouled, and that's either going to go against Rubish. Yeah, it's going to go against Rubish, his third. And it's also going to produce some free throws for Darren Hancock. Checking Hancock at the line, he is 2 for 3. Former KU Jayhawk, played in the NBA with Charlotte. He looks over at the ref like, is the basket shifted? Oh, he's saying it's shaking. Somebody's shaking the basket. He doesn't like it. Well, he made the shot there. I don't know what he's complaining about. I guess you think the Storm Dancers are doing that? They're bumping.
I don't know. There's a little
playing bump and grind with the basket, the goal. I don't know. Hancock gets another one. That one goes in as well. That was the prettier of the two. So Hancock now has 8 points rather, and it's 83-74 with 11:15 to go. Hart works on Colson, goes all the way to the basket, and they're going to call the foul on Colson on the ground, and the Storm will inbound the basketball. 2 fouls, 2 team fouls apiece. Pretty important who hits the bonus first here in the final period. 9-point advantage for the visitors from Dodge City, and the ball's inbounded. Hart goes into Rubish. Rubish tries to drive, goes back to Hart, coming down the baseline. Hart moves around. That's got to be a goaltending. Kelvin Price came up through the basket, and that's exactly what it is.
Hart's got a chance.
A foul and a goaltend, so it'll be a chance for a 3-point play.
Done it once already.
Crowd just now getting the gist that the basket was good. Credit that to Hart. He goes to the line now all of a sudden. Real quickly, he's got 7. 5 of it coming here in the first minute of the 4th period. Got a chance to make it 6, but it doesn't happen. Rebound, though, off the miss, but wait a second. They're going to call a foul on the Storm, and it'll come back the opposite direction. That'll even up the team fouls at 3 as well this half, or this quarter. They inbound it. Colson's got it. He dribbles and works on Steve Hart. Isolation play. Shot put up. Many of those jumpers Colson's hit, but he doesn't hit that one. Keani Roberts with a rebound. Hart on the other side of the floor. Driving the baseline is Wells. No good. Eric Coley tries to get the rebound, but Wells, as he kept it alive, Wells got back inside and got it himself. Good job by Coley just keeping the ball alive, Wade.
And a great job by Wells to come in there and pick up the trash.
Wells comes in and takes it after Coley tipped it. On the other end, Coulson is working on Hart, and it goes down, and that is Darren Hancock that knocked down the jumper. So it's 85-78 with 10-12 left to go, and Hart has done a pretty good job of managing the team in Gottlieb's absence. Wells puts up a three-pointer. He airballs. It goes out of bounds. The pass went to Rubish. Rubish just handed it to Wells as he had screened out anybody from getting in his face. Wells had a very open look at a three-pointer and couldn't do anything with it.
I think he was shocked the shot was so wide open.
Well, you got to get over the shock. I mean, he might be shocked he's not with the Dallas Mavericks anymore. Shot put on outside or put up outside, and that's missed by Darren Hancock. And here comes Steve Hart. He goes over to Willie Burton. Burton can't knock it down. Burton's checked in now. 9:36 left to go. Goes to Jefferson, back out to Price on the long shot. Is that Hancock out there, or is it? No, that's Griffin. Griffin knocks down a three-pointer, and that is the third three-pointer of the night for the Legend. All of them belong to Griffin. It's 88-78, a 10-point advantage, and a turnover on the Storm gives the basketball to the Dodge City Legend. They've got a 10-point lead with 9:13 to go. Eric Coley checks out, and let's see who checks in his stead. That'll be Galen Yellen. Young out of UNC Charlotte has got a great night going tonight. Galen Yellen has got 20 points, still at 20. Coulson throws up a three from way out. That's good, and Coulson gets his first three of the night, and it's now a 13-point advantage at 91-78 for the Dodge City Legend. Still 8:52 to go. Hart goes inside, misses the layup, and they're going to call the foul. And who do they call it on? Coulson gets upset. It's not going to be on him. I believe it's going to be on 52. No, Darren Hancock, 33. Is that right? I don't understand that one. I thought that either had to be on Coulson or Price. I guess it could have been when he actually got into the lane. Hart's free throw is up and in. And for Steve Hart, he now has 8 points, 2 of those from the free throw line. He gets a chance for another one, and he gets that one as well. So 9 points for Steve Hart, and it's back to an 11-point game at 91-80 in favor of the Legend. Colson works on Hart, goes all the way to the basket, lays it in. He just beat him on the dribble, folks. Sean Colson's a heck of a player.
Unstoppable.
And Coulson is out of UNC Charlotte, 6-footer, former CBA All-Star that played at Grand Rapids this year. And again, he didn't score 34 points for no reason. It is a 13-point advantage at 93-80. 8:33 left to go, and we've got a 30-second timeout. Wade, time is growing short for the Oklahoma Storm, and boy, you had to be excited because this could set up a 3-0 versus 3-0 showdown in the South Division with the Kansas Cagers. But right now, they're 13 points they're 13 points short on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the deficit's at 13. You got to capitalize on every opportunity, and shots missed like the Bubba Wells three-pointer that really hurts you in the long run.
Now the Storm dancers out there right now doing some entertaining in the crowd. Now the crowd's clapping along, but it's obvious the enthusiasm has waned just a little bit as the Dodge City Legend have been on this run. This has been a rocking place, folks. I cannot think of a better place for United States Basketball League action than the Mark Price Arena. Again, about 2,000 seats in here. It's perfect for the summer. It's air conditioned. It's been well kept. It's all chair back seating. The acoustics are outstanding. And heck, again, this is just a great place for the Oklahoma Storm to call home. Now coming up, before long, they're going to call the Chisholm Trail Arena home for one game, and that will come up, like I said earlier, on May 2nd. That's Wells out front. He goes to Keani Roberts. Roberts gets it back to Wells on the right baseline. Wells spin move into the paint, and it is slapped away by big number 42. That is Alvin Jefferson, the 6'9" product out of Auburn. That's also a IBA veteran.
Bubba did a good job to draw the foul there.
Foul goes against Darren Hancock. I've got him for 4. Scoreboard has him for 3. Bubba Wells, I've got 2 of 5 from the line. We can't have any more of that, and we don't. Wells knocks it down to go 50% from the line at 3 for 6, and also bring this back to a 12-point lead. Second free throw is good as well. Bubba Wells in the clutch, knocks down a couple of free throws. Now the pressure on the defense. The Storm has got to do a better job of stopping the guy with the basketball right now, Sean Coulson. He has been great off the dribble. Tries it again. Now he's picked up his dribble, and it's a turnover.
Good defense.
Exactly. They kept him with a double team from being able to go with the dribble, and they get the basketball. It's Young to Wells. Wells, and that's going to go off one of the Dodge City Legend players, I believe. That's going to go off Kelvin Price, and the Storm maintains the possession. 15 on the shot clock. It goes way out to Hart. Hart drives in, puts the shot up, it's good. Hart has really looked good. He's got double figures at 11 now. 84 to 93. It's a 9-point deficit again, and this is manageable. Off the dribble, there goes Colson.
Double team, and they got him away.
Actually a triple team, and it's Keani Roberts that steals the basketball. Down on the other end inside, Galen Young gets the layup off the feed, and now it's a 7-point lead. Galen Young, he now has 22 points. On the other end for the Legend, Darren Hancock's got it. They've learned the trick. When Colson gets penetration, they have got to double or triple him. That time it was Hancock getting inside, and the foul is called there. A good proposition is putting the Legend at the line. They have not been very good there. 93-86, the foul does go against Galen Young. It's his 4th. It puts his counterpart that wears 33 on the Legend at the line. 233 is doing battle there. 33 in the black is Darren Hancock, and he'll shoot the freebies. Crowd makes the noise. Hancock barely hits iron.
Airballed it again.
Almost another air ball. They don't forget that earlier one by Hancock. That, folks, you can say what you want about Doug Gottlieb's free throws in college. He never shot one, I don't think, ever as ugly as Hancock's earlier tonight. Hancock with the noise going, bangs it off the front rim again. He misses 2. He's struggling. Here comes the Storm. They're hot. Oh, man. Galen Young tried to get inside and lost control of himself, picked up his dribble, had to do something, and it ends up being a turnover. Here comes the Legend. Colson's got it. He goes inside. Oh, we lose our crowd mic there. He goes inside to Price. Price knocked it, or it was knocked out of bounds by Keani Roberts. We were able to tip the basketball out, back out to the floor, but there was no play to be made because the ball had already gone out of bounds. And there goes the crowd mic again.
Stay up.
If you hear a bang, it's our crowd mic, which is taking a little damage. Now we change the configuration. The foul was called on Keani, and the free throw shot by Kelvin Price, who's not much better. He's 0 for 3. He's worse than Darren Hancock. What are we talking about? Not much better. Crowd makes a lot of noise, and this one bounds off as well. But a hustle rebound, and what are they going to call? He went out of bounds with it.
One ball.
That was Jefferson that rebounded it, but he went out of bounds. No foul called. He's laying out of bounds, looking at the ref like, reward me for my effort. No reward there, Jefferson. Hit the other end. Basketball belongs to the Storm. 6:42 to go. It's 93-86. We have got a 7-point game. Brent Rubish is waiting to throw it in. Did we give We give our boy Price all, yeah, there it is. 0 for 4 for Price from the line.
That's not very good.
No, and the Dodge City has given the Storm opportunities here by not hitting free throws.
Nice.
Layup on the other end, just off the dribble. It has happened to him several times on the part of Coulson, so turnabout is fair play for Steve Hart, who takes it to the bucket off the dribble and gets it. He now has 13 points. Colson works on Hart. He's going to go to the basket. That one goes off the rim. No good. Thrown up by Antonio Smith. That doesn't work either. Here comes Hart. Hart goes all the way to the basket, and he misses the slam dunk. Hart saw an opening lane. It was Ole defense. They moved out of the way. They parted the sea. Hart had it all to himself, and he missed the slam dunk.
But he was fouled. So
yeah, so he does get to go to the free throw line. But I tell you what, the house would have come down if Steve Hart had slammed that one in.
He took off.
We're going to have a timeout. 6:06 left to go. Dodge City calls timeout. The Legend is now clinging to a 5-point lead at 93-88. You are listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball from Quinstar Communications. A little more evaporation, and it's up and good. Steve Hart's got another free throw coming. We are down to a 4-point game, and well, you got to hope that the energy surging through this crowd is going to surge right through the Oklahoma Storm. That one is up and in. It hits about every part of the rim it could, and it's in. That is 15 points now for Steve Hart off the bench. Colson works on Hart, gets a screen, goes outside, long jumper is thrown up and in, and that's a three-pointer by Artie Griffin. Griffin now has 4 3-pointers, and he has got 16 points on the game. It's 96-90, the three-pointer goes back to a 6-point advantage. Inside, Keani Roberts gets the pass, can't hit the shot. Rebounded by Darren Hancock rather, former Jayhawk, and given to Colson. Colson on the offensive end, works it around, goes over to Antonio Smith. Now back to Antonio Smith again. Jumper is off the rim. Rebounded though, and they're going to say that Alvin Jefferson went out of bounds when he rebounded it. He was close. So 5:13 to go, 96-90, and here come the Storm again. And that three-pointer set them back a little bit, but it's still very manageable. 2-point jumper put up by Rubish. It's no good. Rebound is by Hancock again. He has become Mr. Board for the Dodge City Legend. 4:51 now. Coulson works on the offensive end, gets it out to Hancock. Hancock over to not Jefferson, but Griffin. And the ball goes out of bounds again. Coulson, no, wait a sec, yeah. It goes out of bounds. The official Mark Hoffman signals turnover. Oklahoma Storm basketball. Coulson's lobbying for a call. He can't believe it. He does not get a technical, though. He lobbies nicely. Steve Hart on the other end. He's out front with it. Dribbles. He's done great on the dribble drive during this quarter. Goes in again. Throws a shot up. It won't roll in, but he's going to go to the free throw line where he's been equally as impressive with a foul call. Foul's going to be on number 3, Colson. That is his 5th. Technical foul as well. Colson is all over the officials. He was mad about the turnover. He's mad about the foul there. So this will be a 3 free throw situation, and it'll be Brent Rubish that will shoot the technical free throw. Rubish did this quite a bit when he was at Oklahoma State. Very good free throw shooter for a 6'11" big man. That free throw is up and in. It's his first. That's what worried me about him taking that, Wade. He hadn't shot a free throw all night.
No, he hadn't, but good players come through in the clutch.
All right, now Steve Hart, who has been a perfect 5 for 5. Guy, you could have had him take all 3, but I don't think that's what Denny Price or Brian Gates wanted to do. Hart's going, it is Hart's free throw. I mean, right now, Dodge City is saying, hey, he's not at the line. Well, he is. He's the guy that drove with a basketball. What are you talking about? All right, now they get it straight. Hart's at the line. Hancock was just trying to mess with him. Didn't work. He knocks down the free throw. He's now 6 for 6 at the line, and he's got 16 points. Kind of easy to keep up with his point total. 10 on field goals, 7 on free throws. He's 7 for 7, and it's a 3-point game at 96-93. 4:25 left to go. Larry Reese is cranking up the crowd, as only Larry can do. Colson points over. He's going to dribble drive. No, he goes in with a great pass, but the shot was blocked. Here come the Storm. Hart's got it. Hart dribbles out. He's double teamed, tries to go between them, makes an ill-advised pass, and they're going to say...
Out on the legend.
Out on the legend. Great. Hart was out of control there. He has got to think more clearly when he goes down on that end. He got out of control on the baseline trying to beat a double team, then throwing an ill-advised pass, and the foul is called on Jefferson on the inbounds play. Rubish was trying to get open. Jefferson, that is as in Alvin Jefferson, throws an elbow. Golly. I've seen Auburn players do that before. I'm just kidding. Somebody out there is going to be an Auburn grad. They're going to say, man, that Robert Allen, he's never seen Auburn play in his life. Well, I did. I saw him play once last year in Indianapolis, and they beat Oklahoma State in the NCAA. It's Rubish at the line after they foul, and just like the technical, he knocks that one down as well. Dodge City is calling a timeout. 4:05 left to go. It's down to a 2-point game, 96-94. You are listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball. believe, going into the fourth period. And now the Storm has come back, and they've really done it in about the last 2.5 minutes. Pretty good run that the Storm is on. It's a 13-5 run is what I've got. Rubish with a free throw. It is up and rolls in. 1 point game at 96-95. 4 minutes even right now in the game, and Coulson's got the ball in his hand. He gets a pick and goes to the basket. Oh, slapped away. What a block is that? That's Keani Roberts. Keani Roberts from behind the play. Colson was going up for a layup. Looked like he had a sure thing, and Keani slaps that into the next county. Colson's got it now outside. He is a frustrated young man. Goes over to Griffin. He airballs a three-point try. Oh, Rubish gets a pass tipped as he gets the rebound. The Storm almost lost it. Ill-advised that. 3:35 left to go. Here is Hart. Hart working on the dribble, goes inside, runs into a block wall. Puts the shot up as he goes around. And the bank shot is good. And the Oklahoma Storm is up 97-96. Steve Hart.
He's shown the ability to score off the dribble.
Well, and he was getting owned on the dribble like he is right there. Coulson goes up. He's going to be fouled by Rubish and go to the line. But definitely tonight, Steve Hart has had a hard time containing, as has Doug Gottlieb at times, but really it's been more of a problem for Hart containing Sean Coulson on the dribble. Well, Hart said, look, he's doing it to me on the other end. I'm just going to do it right back to him, and it's worked. 97-96. This guy doesn't miss free throws. Let's see if we can jinx him. He is 7 for 7. And he missed. Golly, what about that?
You got the magic point.
Yeah! 3:11, and it's still a 1-point lead, but Colson still got one free throw. It goes up, and it misses. Both of them miss. Rubish with the rebound. Hart with the ball in his hands. 3:06 to go. 1-point lead for the Storm. Hart crossing midcourt right now as we speak. Hart's working on it. They're spread out. Hart tries to advance on the dribble. Can't go. Gets it over to Galen Yellen, who has been very good. Jump shot by Young, misses off the front of the rim, but it's rebound right there by Bubba Wells. Key rebound by the two guard for the Storm, Bubba Wells. I love Bubba. Bubba tries to get the pass. That's it. Bubba got the pass, even though it was not a real good pass from Hart, and spin the ball up off the glass and in. Just a crazy play. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it's 2 points for the Storm and a 99-96 lead. Coulson off the dribble. Fadeaway jumper, no good, and Storm's got the rebound. We may go to Kansas unbeaten as it is.
You can feel it.
We may have a showdown in Salina on Friday. The showdown in Salina. All right, Hart's got it with a 3-point lead on the other end. Looking for the pass, he gets it down to Young. Young tries to dribble in, changes direction, gets it, he lays it in. Little move there, just basically a post move inside, and it's a 5-point lead. And for the second time in the franchise history, the Oklahoma Storm has crossed the 100 barrier. They're up 101-96. 5-point lead with 1:49 to go. 101-96. Storm's back in front. You're listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball from Twin Star Communications. And Steve Hart has played a tremendous fourth period here as a point guard. I mean, that has been a magic position. Malik Dixon had a great game in the first game for the Storm. Doug Gottlieb was a big reason for the comeback on Saturday night, coming in to play point guard for Dixon. And tonight, with Gottlieb struggling a little in the second half, Steve Hart comes in, and the magic stays in the point guard position for the Oklahoma Storm. 1:49 to go, 5-point lead. In come the Legend with the basketball. They've got it on the offensive end. It's over on the right side going in, and they're going to say what?
Blocking.
They're going to say a blocking foul on Rubish. The drive was by Griffin. Griffin's going to go to the free throw line. For Rubish, that is number 5.
Looked like his feet were set, but...
Yeah, you're not going to get a call like that at this stage of the game. And I kind of disagree with Wade a little bit. He looked like he was shuffling when he was trying to put on a pretty good act that he had set, but I don't think he had fully set. I'm not sure he still knew which direction Griffin was going to go with it. Would have been hard to set. Winston Stith comes over, and he's all over Brian Gates. Gates told me before the game tonight, folks, yeah, even though he threw his coat off the other night, he said the officials have told me they're not going to call a technical on me because I don't cuss. And he goes, check that. I cuss under my breath, but I don't cuss at them. Free throw is up and in. Checking Griffin, that is just his second free throw try. He is now 1 for 2, and that's one of the better percentages tonight for the Dodge City Legend. Make it 2 for 3, and it's back to a 3-point game with Griffin's 2 free throws. 1:41, not enough clock time eaten up there. Storm has got to find a way to keep scoring and eat up clock time. Inside, Galen Young on the pass from Hart, can't convert. There is a melee on the other end, and they're going to call a timeout called by Colson, but they were letting the Storm players mug Colson. Now, I don't care. That doesn't bother me any. If they want to let him mug Colson, let him mug Colson. But 1:26 now, and it's a 3-point game at 101-98, and I'm trying to get the officials' attention. Let's see. We're looking. We can't get the officials to look at us. It's a full. It's a full, Winston Stith told me, so we'll take a quick time out here because we've got a few to give. 1:26, it's 101-98. You're listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball. Again, it's 101-98, 1:26 to go, and the Legend is down to the Oklahoma Storm by 3, and they've got the ball. Griffin's got it. He gets it over to Coulson. Coulson and Griffin are the two guys that can knock down three-pointers. Nobody else has even tried one tonight. Coulson goes outside. That's Antonio Smith. He knocks down a 2. Antonio Smith now has 14 and 17 points tonight, the Michigan State grad. 1 minute left, it's 101-100. I told you this was going down to the wire. Ball is knocked out, and a foul is called by official Mark Hoffman on the other end. They're going to say they got Galen Young on the arm, and that is going to be on Darren Hancock. That'll be his 5th. They say his 4th. I've got him for 5. Somebody get it right. Probably them. I don't know. I can count 2. All right, Galen Young, and what we'd like to count is 2 made free throws by Galen. Are they gonna freeze him? Technical foul is called on Sean Colson. Colson's mouth has gotten the best of him. Coulson is down there talking to another official. It was Hoffman who called the foul that actually called the technical on Coulson. Now a couple of other legend players are talking to him. Meanwhile, Brent Rubish has stepped up to shoot the technical free throws. And he misses. I didn't even jinx him. So that's gone by the wayside. That could have been a 2-point advantage there. Now it rests with Galen Young. Young knocked down 7 of his first 8 free throws, but missed his last 2. Galen Young has got a bunch of points tonight. I've got him for I've got him for 22. He averages 13 and a half, 15 and a half. He knocks that one down. You can hear from the reaction of the crowd, and it's a 2-point game at 102 to 100.
Here comes the big one.
Yeah, this would make it a 3-point game, which means Griffin or Young has to maybe think about a 3, and he misses it.
2-point Storm lead, bring on
2-point, 102 to 152 seconds. Coulson on the other end, working on 2 defenders, gets it out to Darren Hancock, who goes to Griffin in the middle. Griffin on the dribble drive, puts up a shot, it's good. We've got a tie game. Excellent shot by Griffin, just a little looper, one-hand layup over the Storm defense. He had to throw it up, otherwise it would have been blocked. 32 seconds, here goes Hart on the dribble drive. He can't control it, it was touched, so he got to dribble it again. Rubish over there to Bubba Wells. Wells puts it up, misses. He has struggled shooting this half, and the ball is rebounded by Antonio Smith. Here come the legend. Sean Coulson's got it. Galen Young's all over him, and what do they call? They're gonna call a foul. They're gonna call a foul on Galen Young. That's gonna be his 5th, and it's gonna send Sean Coulson to the line with 12 seconds left. We have got a tie game, 102-102, and Sean Coulson, who was 6 for 6 last night in the Dodge City opener, and tonight missed his last 2 after he went 7 for 7 at the free throw line to start the game.
This is where we see what he's made of.
Well, we're gonna see what somebody's made of. The crowd is making a ton of noise, and he makes it. Pressure free throw knocked down by Sean Coulson. Coulson, who is out of UNC Charlotte, former CBA All-Star, played for Grand Rapids this year, had 34 in Dodge City's opening win last night. He misses that one, but he gets the rebound. 12 seconds. They're gonna have to foul him, and they do. Bubba Wells does it. That's good because Bubba's got no fouls. Now he's the one that's got plenty to give. 9 seconds left. Actually, they show him with 2. I must have given one of Bubba's to somebody else. 103 to 102. Intentional foul on Sean Coulson. So he's going to be shooting. Everybody's in the bonus. Golly. This is not the guy you particularly wanted to foul, although he has missed 3 of his last 4 attempts. Crowd's making a lot of noise, but he makes that one. It's a 2-point lead now, 104-102 for the visitors from Dodge City. Golly, you think back to Brent Rubish's technical free throw, one of them misses by Galen Young. Golly, you could have used those. He misses that one, and the Storm gets the rebound and calls timeout.
6 seconds.
6 seconds left. It's 104-102. It'll be interesting to see if Denny Price and co-head coach Denny Price and Bill Gates, what they talk about here. They've got Jason, the assistant coach, out there with them, and the 3 are discussing it away from the team right now. 6 seconds, 104-102, Dodge City leads, and I have to ask you, Wade Gungle, what would you do?
I go with the tie and see if we can send it to overtime. You got the crowd at your back, and also Steve Hart's been real good at scoring off the dribble.
You know, your teacher has taught you well. It's exactly what you do. If you can get a good shot, I think you go for the tie. You're at home. You've got the Storm dancers behind you. You've got the crowd behind you. You've got Wade Gungle and Robert Allen behind you. Go for the tie. Although, if somebody wants to step up, and Bubba Wells, Willie Burton, who is not in the game, we'll see who comes out after the timeout huddle. But Galen Young and Doug Gottlieb, I do not expect to see Gottlieb. So you could have 3 guys in the game that have knocked down a 3. We'll see. Crowd is still here. Very few people have gone home, and they're enjoying it. 6 seconds left, 104-102. Great crowd for a weeknight. That was some more of Wade Gungle's wisdom tonight. He said this would be a big game to determine just exactly how much the Oklahoma Storm has set into the Enid market by how many fans showed up on a weeknight game. And it's been a very good crowd. In fact, I was going to check the halftime stats and see if they were showing an official crowd for tonight. And they don't have it yet. We'll get that on the post game. All right, 6 seconds to go.
Here we go.
And it'll be the Storm, it'll be Bubba Wells that will inbound it. In for the lineup, Brent Rubish, who's got a great jump shot. Steve Hart, Keani Roberts, Bubba Wells, and I can't see who else is down there. It goes to Hart. Hart drives toward the basket, puts the shot up. It is in. 2 seconds left. We're going to go to overtime. We are going to go to overtime. Yes, we are. Shot at the buzzer, no good. Steve Hart, rather, at the buzzer with, or not at the buzzer, but with 2 seconds left on a driving layup from the left side on the baseline. Knocked it in. It's 104-104, and we're going to go an extra 5 minutes, and the crowd is getting more than their money's worth tonight.
Well, what did I say about Steve Hart's ability to score off the dribble?
Well, I mean, we've seen that tonight. That is not something we've seen a whole lot of up until tonight, but to be honest, we hadn't seen a whole lot of Steve Hart up until now.
Yeah, his playing.
All right, overtime, we're going to go to it. 104-104. Right now, we're going to take a timeout. You're listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball from Quinstar Communications. This is the first overtime in Oklahoma Storm history. 104-104. The visitors from Dodge City had the lead by 2. 9 seconds. The Storm inbounded it. Bubba Wells inbounded it. It got over to, I believe it got over to Galen Young, who got it back. Or maybe Brent Rubish, I believe. Brent Rubish got it down to Hart. Hart down the baseline and a driving layup with 2 seconds left. Soft touch by Hart, tied it up at the buzzer. The legend could not knock down the buzzer beater from almost full length of the court. And it's a tie game. We go to overtime. Winston Stith is ready. He puts it up, and Brent Rubish, as he did to begin the game, wins the tip. Here come the Oklahoma Storm, and it's Steve Hart in there. Hart is in there with Galen Young. Rubish, Hart goes to the basket. He did it again. This time he got fouled, and I mean, he got fouled and knocked to the ground. But he knocked the shot down first on the driving layup, coming from the right side. Beautiful play by Steve Hart out of Indiana State and Terre Haute, Indiana. And Hart, an IBA veteran, has by far his season high. He had 10 points against Gulf Coast. He's done much better than that as he knocks down another 2. I've got him for 14. I've got him for over 20. Make the free throw good. I have got him for 22 points on the other end. Coulson had the ball, and they're going to say, yeah. Steve Hart did a good job of defense. Coulson lost the ball. I still don't know if this call is correct, but we're not going to change it. The ball went out of bounds. I think it actually touched Hart last, but they're saying no, it touched somebody from the Legend team, maybe even Coulson. The official may not have seen that. And we'll take whatever they want to give us tonight. 107-104 after the conventional three-point play. Hart's got it again. He gets it to Young. Young is guarded closely by Griffin. Ball goes out of bounds, and it still belongs to the Storm. Let's see, they're going to inbound it under the basket. It'll be Bubba Wells that will inbound it. He's looking for somebody to go. He goes way out to Keontae Roberts, who springs out deep in the offensive front court. Hart's got it. He's looking for Young. Young posts up, although not that close to the basket. Still out there. Young goes up to the basket, misses the jumper, and no, he got the shot off. He got the shot off before it went zero, and the Storm had actually rebounded a miss by Brent Rubish. Would have had the basketball, but the officials are going to say no, a shot clock violation.
In fact, I think they got 2 shots off before that shot clock.
I thought so too. Now they're going to say jump ball because they couldn't decide because the darn buzzer on the shot clock isn't working. So they'll just jump it. Let's see who they jump it against. Ought to be the 2 post players. It is. Rubish is in there, and so is Jefferson, Alvin Jefferson. This time, well, those guys cannot time a jump ball tonight. This time we got another jump ball. Or no, a foul. They're going to say Rubish was fouled. And it'll be on Phillips. Marshal Phillips, and that'll be his 4th by my count. And this will be an inbounds play for the Oklahoma Storm. 4:16 left to go in overtime. It's 107-104. The Storm leads the Dodge City Legend. Who wants to win this basketball game? Steve Hart does. He goes inside, misses the layup. Rubish, he puts the jump to follow up, and good. Rubish out there on the right baseline, got the rebound off the Hart missed layup and knocks down a short jumper for a 5-point lead at 109-104. The other end, wild shot thrown up. They're going to call a foul. That'll go against the Storm. We'll give Rubish credit for those points, and Rubish now has 15 points on the night. The foul goes against Bubba Wells, his 3rd, and it's going to put Darren Hancock at the line.
Keontae chanting air ball at the ground. Fun to get him into it.
Free throw is up, and it's off the back of the rim. That was ugly. We have seen some ugly free throws from Mr. Hamilton. He is not exactly the best free throw shooter in the league. In fact, I would venture to say far from it. He was better at him in Kansas, at least for what I remember. That one goes in, so he misses one and hits one, and it's now down to a 4-point lead at 109-105. On the other end, Hart on the dribble drive, gets caught with 2 defenders, gets the ball back out to Keontae Roberts. Roberts wide open to Brent Rubish on the shot. That was a pass from Young to Rubish. Now a scramble for the ball, and let's see what they call. They're going to call a foul on Keontae Roberts?
I think so.
No, they're going to call it on Brent Rubish. I can understand that. That's his 6th, and Brett has fouled out.
Wow.
Brent Rubish is done, ladies and gentlemen, and he'll go out with 15 points on the night and a pretty darn good effort. Rubish had 16 on Saturday night's game. That's his season high for the Storm. Rubish is saying, how did I foul somebody? I was just going for the ball. It was a crazy situation off the miss. Eric Coley is going to go in to replace him.
Storm going with a small, fast lineup right now.
Yeah, and that's going to give the size advantage to the Legend. Ball goes in. It is Hamilton that's got it, Hancock rather, out here from way out. Misses the 3, and the rebound goes to Young after it's tipped around. Here comes the Storm. It's Steve Hart with it. Hart is working on Marshal Phillips, it looks like. They have changed the defensive matchup there. Hart loses it on the pass, and turnover with 3:02 left to go. The Legend has it, and they bring it across midcourt. Here goes Hancock. In fact, Colson's not in the game. Goes over to Antonio Smith on the baseline. He misses the jumper.
Galen Yellen with the board.
Galen Yellen does get the rebound. Here they come. Hart's got it, and it's going to be a timeout call. Timeout, and I believe that's called by the Oklahoma Storm. Yes, indeed it was. 2:42 left to go in the overtime period. The Storm is up 109 to 105, and you are listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball. Freshman replaces you. Barely, as the Legend tried a steal on the inbounds play. Hart's got it on the right side. He goes to Young. Young down on the right baseline. He dribbles, controls it. 2:30 left to go as the clock moves. He tries to drive inside, and they're going to call the foul on 52, Kelvin Price. They are not going to count that basket. No, they're going to call an offensive foul. Or do they call he stepped out of bounds?
He
stepped out of bounds. Had to be one of those. Turnover on stepping out of bounds by Galen Yellen, and now the Legends got the ball down by 4. Ball is stolen. Beautiful steal by Eric Coley. We talked about his defensive ability. It would come into play, and it did there on the baseline. Coley's got it out front, gets it back over to Hart. Hart gets it to Young. Young's working on the over on the left wing, tries to throw it over, and he overthrows Bubba Wells into the backcourt out of bounds, and a turnover on the double back. Backcourt violation. Ball goes over to the Dodge City Legend. Winston Stith hands it to Darren Hancock. That's probably happened before in Big 8 play, as Stith, a veteran conference official, worked a lot of games in this area. Coulson's back in. Little jumper there on the dribble drive is good, and it's 109 to 107. Coulson's back in the books. He has now got 30 points. Getting close to that 34 he scored last night in the opener. On the dribble drive, the layup won't go. Beautiful move by Hart. They get the rebound, then they can't control it, and the Legends got it. Keontae Roberts, good defensive play, knocks it out of bounds. That'll allow the Storm defense to reset, and there were several red shirts trailing the play. 1:26 to go, 109-107. Inbounding it over in the corner on their offensive end is the Dodge City Legend. Keontae Roberts, Galen Yellen, Steve Hart, Bubba Wells, and Eric Coley in for the Storm. Sean Coulson, Antonio Smith, Kelvin Price, Artie Griffin, and I'm missing one, Darren Hancock in for the Legend. Hancock's got it, back out to Coulson, who throws up a three, and it airball's out of bounds. Price was going to try and rebound it. He couldn't do it, ran into the stand, the goal stand.
Coulson rushed his shot there.
Well, Coulson checked. He made sure his feet were behind the line. He had an open shot, he put it up. He just didn't have enough on the ball. Needs to lift a few more weights. I got some suggestions for him. Quit doing the curls and looking good and do the bench press. No, I'm just kidding. Here comes Steve Hart with it. Hart's had a terrific game tonight. Just terrific for the Storm. Hart goes inside on the dribble drive, puts the shot up, no good. They're going to call a foul, though, and is that going to be on Coulson? It is, and that's 6. He is gone, and he has a parting word for official Mark Hoffman. Hoffman must feel sorry for him. He doesn't even reach for the whistle. Hart will go to the line, and checking Steve Hart. I'm not even going to say it, okay? Let's just say he's been very, very good tonight. No jinxing here with 55 left to go in overtime. That's 55 ticks. Hart, as the crowd gets quiet, puts it up and rolls off.
Oh, man.
I didn't do that one. He was 8 for 8. He's now 8 for 9. I didn't do it. I just said he was very, very good. He's still very, very good. He could be a lot better with a 3-point lead, and he puts it up, and it's in. just straight through the net. So he recovers and gets the second of 2 free throws, and it's 110 to 107. What a great game, boy. If you were here tonight, you enjoyed it. And if you're out in the parking lot right now, you're foolish for leaving. Three-point off the glass from the left side. Darren Hancock ties it up. 38 to go. Yeah, a bank shot from that far out, off the glass, on the slant. Hart loses control, still keeps the ball. He lost control of his feet, and a timeout was called. That preserves it. There is 8 seconds on the shot clock for the Storm as they call timeout, and with 28 seconds to go, you think we're pitching this back to a break? Are you crazy? Oh my gosh.
This game's had everything. The Storm were up early in the first half. They lost the lead. Got down by 11. They fought back. Had a 5-point lead, lost that, went into overtime, and we're tied up again.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw affair, no doubt. The most highly improbable shot in overtime was the one we last saw. We took it for granted. I didn't think Hancock would put it up from out there, but he did. It was from out on the left wing, and it banked off the glass and in. Yee of ugly free throws hit an ugly three-pointer, but that one went in.
The shot looked horrible. I mean,
it was terrible. I mean, that ball had no right going in. Only by the grace of the old Western legends that must be looking over this Dodge City Legend team, they put their hand on that ball and guided it into the cylinder. 110, 110. We're making this pretty dramatic. But you know what? It's been dramatic here tonight.
That's right.
This is what you want to do this summer. You want to call 580-237. When the Storm goes and visits the Kansas Cagers on Friday night in Salina. All right, checking the lineup just to make sure it is Coley, Young, Hart, Keani Roberts, and Bubba Wells. Wells will do the inbounding chores. Gets it out to Hart. Hart on the dribble drive, goes in, it's off the glass, no good. Rebound, and the Storm still got it. Bubba Wells on the baseline, gets the garbage and puts it in. The Storm is up by 2, 17 seconds left. 112, 110, now down to 14, 13. Remember, Colson's gone. This is a new player, Dante Mathis.
Lost it.
Working with the basketball. He lost it. What are they going to say? What does the official say? It still belongs to the legend.
Timeout.
Dodge City calls timeout with 7 seconds left. Dante Mathis out of Southwest Texas State, an IBA veteran, 6'3" guard, 2 points and 1 rebound in the opener last night with Florida, had come in to replace Sean Coulson. He had the basketball, lost it on a pass, out of bounds, and the ball still belongs to the legend. Apparently it was tipped out by somebody in a red jersey. 7 seconds left, Wade. It's 112 to 110, and I don't think there's any doubt here. The same strategy we talked about with the Oklahoma Storm in tying the game up late. What do you do if you're the Dodge City legend? Colson's not out there. The only guy you would really want to go to for a 3 is Artie Griffin. On the road, though, you might want to do that.
Yeah, you think they'd go for the win. You think they would.
You know, because they don't want to play another overtime period without their leading scorer, their leading assist man, Sean Colson. He is fouled out. He is done. I don't 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 32 points from Colson when he fouled out. We mentioned Rubish is already fouled out for the Oklahoma Storm, the reason they're going with a slightly shorter lineup, and Rubish left with 15 points on the night, another very solid performance by the Springfield, Illinois native, product of 1 year at the University of Illinois and 3 years for Eddie Sutton at Oklahoma State. Of course, if you remember the name Rubish, Dave Rubish, his dad, longtime NBA veteran. That's where Brent's trying to get. The promised land of the NBA where his father played. That's where all of these guys are trying to get. Brent's got a legitimate opportunity. Inbounding the ball on the baseline, and what do we got?
Delay.
A delay?
It's a 5-yard penalty, I believe.
Yeah, we had one of those the other night. I guess that is a warning on the Storm for a delay. Now, Peterson is checked in. So is Milo Brooks. It goes way outside to Hancock. Hancock drops and misses, but right there inside is Jefferson. 2 seconds left, and we are going to double overtime. Jefferson got the slam dunk on the garbage. We're going to double OT.
Jefferson came out of nowhere on that play. I think he jumped
the ball just hung around inside. The Storm could not get their hands on it and secure it. Jefferson got it, put a stuff in on the follow. It's 112 to 112. We're going to double overtime. We will take a timeout, catch our breath. The fans here will need to do the same. You're listening to Oklahoma Storm basketball from Twin Star Communications. Going on in the background. We would love to celebrate, but if we're going to do it, we're going to have to wait 5 more minutes to do that. Well, the Dodge City Legend will have to play this next 5-minute overtime without Sean Coulson, their leading scorer and assist man. And the Oklahoma Storm will have to play this next 5-minute period without their starting center, Brent Rubish. Doesn't change the outcome of the tip. Storm have won them all tonight, all 4 of them. Hart's got it. Hart's in there with Young. Milo Brooks is in there. Keontae Roberts and Eric Coley. Same small lineup as earlier. Ball is slapped out of bounds.
Milo Brooks.
By the Legend, 11 seconds on the shot clock. Keontae Roberts will inbound it. He gets it into Hart. 4:45 to go. 112. Hart works on the right wing. Dribbles back to the center of the court. Comes right down the middle in the paint. Gets it to Brooks. Brooks takes off from outside the paint for a layup. He could have just put the ball on the floor and slammed it home and didn't. And he gets called, what do you get called, travel? No, shot clock violation. He didn't have time to do it.
Nope.
All right, this is Dante Mathis with the ball. He's the point guard now. Goes over and working on it now is Artie Griffin. Griffin gets it back over to Dante Mathis, who throws one in off the glass. It's no good. It's rebounded by Eric Coley. Coley showing his ups. This kid can jump from TU. Bill Self has loved him the last 4 years out of Eufaula, Oklahoma. Has a street named after him in his hometown for the outstanding college career, taking Tulsa to the Elite Eight. Coley had it, gets it back out to Hart. Hart drives in the wing, gets it inside, pass can't connect with Brooks. On the other end, this is Hancock, and he lays it in. Hancock off the turnover, lays in the 2-pointer. 3:40 left, it's 114-112. That's the first bucket, first points in overtime. Hart's got it now on the right wing. He has not connected. Brooks has struggled offensively. He just got off the plane. Back up now that Johnny Tyson's out with the shoulder injury that requires surgery, and Hart gets the ball trapped in there. He picked up his dribble. Good defense by Dodge City. The ball went flying in the air, and the Legend ends up with it. Right now, it's fizzled for the Storm on the offensive end. They're going to have to come up with something. Working one-on-one, going in the lanes, Griffin. Griffin got by Galen Young. Are they going to call a foul?
I think they are.
I think they are too, and that was kind of a cheapie. It's going to go against Galen Young. If he did, he stuck out a hand because Griffin blew by him.
Called on Keontae.
No, they called it on Keontae Roberts. That I understand. All right, Bubba Wells and Doug Gottlieb. We have not seen Doug in forever. He missed the entire 4th period. Gottlieb is back in. Let's see if he can crank it on. One thing Gottlieb also brings is pretty good defensive ability. Hancock's got it in the left wing. Coley is the guy he's working on. He can't get by Coley. This guy's quick. And now they're going to call a foul on
Doug Gottlieb?
No, they're calling it on Coley. Yep, that's his 5th. Eric Coley with 5. Keontae Roberts, that was his 5th. Inbounding, it's Hancock. He gets it into Jefferson. Hancock gets it back. Hancock working on Kiani. It's a double team. Coley and both of them out there, and he calls timeout. He calls a timeout. He gets it. Could not get out of the double team as they had trapped him in the deep backcourt. Not deep, the deep front court, I should say, over there by the scorer's table. And an alert play by Hancock to call the timeout. 2:46 to go. 114 to 112. We've only seen one bucket. That coming by it was Hancock, wasn't it?
Yes.
No. Was it Hancock?
Yeah, Hancock got a bucket.
It was Hancock that got the lone bucket here in overtime. 114-112. We are in the second overtime tonight at the Mark Price Center, and I got to admit, some folks have left. Now, I can understand it. You have one excuse to leave the arena tonight early. It is a school night, and it's 10:49. If you have school kids, but you know what? As I look around here, it's the school kids that are staying. I think the adults are going home. Kids are getting a license to stay up on a school night to try and cheer the Oklahoma Storm on through this double overtime. Looking at the scoring real quickly, Bubba Wells has 7 and 14. Bubba's got 21. Willie Burton, who's had a rough night with personal fouls, he's still eligible. He's got 5. He has 5 points. Brent Rubish retired with 15, fouling out. Galen Young has got 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 for Galen Young tonight. Kiani Roberts with 8, Gottlieb with 5, Peterson with 2. We're back to action. Yeah, and that's Hancock that makes a spinning move through the paint and throws it up off the glass and in. The glass has been good tonight to Darren Hancock. Gottlieb's got it, and the Storm's down by 4, 116 to 112 with 2:28. On the other baseline, that's Bubba Wells that throws it up. No good, but he's fouled. He's going to get to shoot free throws.
Once again, Wells does a good job of drawing the foul.
The foul is on Antonio Smith, and that is his 6th. He is gone. Antonio Smith will leave with 17 points. Ball will be inbounded. It was on the floor. It was not a shooting foul. Gottlieb's got it. They have got Hart and Gottlieb, or no, that's Peterson. Peterson's checked in. Gottlieb passes it back out to Wells. 3-pointer off the rim, no good. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll belong to Dodge City. 2:09 to go, and the missed 3-pointer goes out of bounds, and Dodge City's got it. 2:09 with a 4-point lead at 116-112. Gottlieb guards in the backcourt. Dante Mathis. Mathis has been, Mathis leads with an elbow, and they're going to call the offensive foul. Mathis out there around the top of the key, led with an elbow. Gottlieb did a good job of acting. After all, he's from near Hollywood, and he goes down, and the offensive foul is called. That'll go against Mathis, his first, and the turnover as Galen Young picks up Kent Davidson and moves the coach out of the way. The Dodge City coach was blocking the inbounds play. Gottlieb over there on the left wing picks up his dribble, gets it to Young. Nice pass from Young, goes to Bubba Wells. Wells tries to go to Kiani. One pass too many. One pass too many. Wells should have gone to the bucket. Wells should have gone to the bucket and didn't. And the ball was, they actually say he stepped on the line with the ball when he got it back off the errant pass, and now the ball goes back over to Dodge City. In the front court, Mathis gives it over there to, is that Jefferson?
Yep.
Shot goes up by Jefferson. It's an air ball. Kiani Roberts has got it. Here comes Doug Gottlieb with it. Gottlieb on the dribble, goes to Bubba Wells. Wells out on the baseline. That goes to Adrian Peters, or no. That goes to Coley. Coley to Wells, back over to the other side. Galen Young 3, off the rim 2 times, no good, and it belongs to Dodge City. 1:04 to go, it's 116-112, and Dodge City with the lead and the ball. Inside, almost uncontested, Marshal Phillips gets the slam dunk on the baseline drive. 54 seconds left. It is 118-112, and the Storm is going to have to do something spectacular to get back in this one. Matt Matt Boltman is holding the basketball, the rock, the red, white, and blue rock right next to us. And now Bubba Wells takes his spot next to us. He'll throw it in. It goes into Hart, who's back in the ball game. Hart, Wells, Coley, Keontae Roberts, and Young in the game. That is Hart driving to the bucket.
Get it again.
He got the foul. He hit it off the glass, out of the wing. He threw up a long banker from out of the wing. If you wanted to call that a layup, it'd be one of your longer layup shots, but it was beautiful. He gets the foul. The foul is called.
Peterson returns.
Now let's see who they call it on. I guess that's on Jefferson, his fourth. The basket is good by Hart, who's had a terrific night. He's going to get a chance at a free throw. It goes down as well. Now it's a three-point game. That's exactly what the Storm needed. Here comes Dodge City, 41 seconds left. Hart is on Mathis. Dante Mathis with the basketball, having trouble, gets a pass back, goes to the other side, Marshal Phillips, and Marshall's going to be fouled, and I think that's going to be on Keontae. And if it is on Keontae, he's going to the bench. No, it's on Eric Coley. That is his sixth. He's going to go to the bench, and he finishes with 1 point, but some really terrific defensive play tonight. Keontae Roberts took the brunt of the contact in the play. He's been over in the paint. And we've got another timeout. Keontae is not moving. He's now standing. Now he's going to limp over. The trainer has come out. That's Holly Dutton, who has just joined the team. Holly Dutton and Sherry Phelps helping keep the Storm healthy. Keontae Roberts needs some attention. Now Holly and Sherry are both giving Keontae attention. What every man wants, attention from two women. In this case, though, you don't want to get it because you got hurt on the basketball floor. 28 seconds left, 118 to 115. Storm down by 3. Eric Coley has just fouled out, and the Rock is sitting on the free throw line because Marshal Phillips is going to get a chance to shoot it. Phillips is 1 for 4 from the free throw line. That is an area where they've really struggled. Phillips from Appalachian State, and Galen Young goes out there and whispers something to him. Probably something along the lines like, you know, you're not shooting free throws very well. You've lost your touch. Let's find out if he can regain the touch. Phillips puts the free throw up, and it's good. Give him credit. He hit a clutch one right there. That makes it a 4-point lead at 119-115, and there are 28 ticks left. Second free throw by Phillips is up. It's good as well. He didn't lose his touch. He found it at the wrong time for the Storm. 120 to 115. Another timeout called. We are going to keep it here. Everybody involved with this one, including yours truly, is a little bit tired right now, but hey, I'd give anything to go to a third overtime right now. 5 points down. Here comes Steve Hart with a basketball. Crosses midcourt with 25 on the clock. Hart dribbles to the other side, gets a little isolation, goes in the paint, throws it up. No good. Rebound by Young. Young can't get it. Still goes to the Storm. Peterson got a three-pointer thrown in by Keontae Roberts. That was unlikely. Keontae Roberts is not your three-point shooter. 10 seconds left. It's a 2-point game. They got a foul. 6 seconds, and they do foul. And who does it over there? I believe it's Steve Hart. Hart had fouls to give. That's just his third. And it's going to put Dante Mathis at the line, and we have not seen Dante Mathis at the line. Mathis is scoreless. Came in the second overtime, actually came in the first overtime after Sean Coulson had fouled out. Crowd is going nuts. Needed to miss at least one here. Mathis from Southwest Texas State throws it up and in. Again, give them credit. They did not shot free throws well, but they've shot them in the clutch. 6 seconds left. Here's the second one. It misses. It's a 3-point game. 121-118. Timeout called with 5 seconds left. 5 seconds left in a 3-point game. That is, by the way, the final timeout for the Oklahoma Storm. Now, if we do go to another overtime game Saturday, this is a good matchup. This Southern Division is going to be very competitive. Have not seen Kansas yet. We'll have completed the cycle in the South Division when we see them tomorrow or on Friday night. Wells inbounds at 5, 4, 3. Hart puts up the 3. It's an air ball, and that's it. The Dodge City legend have survived. Steve Hart from just off center, a little toward the right wing, put up a 3, but it was no good. 121 to 118, the final, and the Oklahoma Storm has lost their first basketball game of the season. But boy, they did it in heroic, noble fashion, taking this one to double overtime. 121 to 118, once again your final. Tell you what, because of the double overtime and the fact that the Storm dropped this one, we will probably go without a player interview tonight, but we will come back and recap the scoring for you and set the scene for the rest of the week with a Storm. Keani Roberts walks off in front of us with a towel over his head. He gave great effort tonight. He's the one that hit the 3 that gave him a chance there at the end. 121, 118 the final, as the Oklahoma Storm now goes to 2-1 on the season. We will come back and look at the scoring totals, get a final word from Wade Gungle, who has sat here and been mesmerized by just great United States Basketball League action tonight, as most of the folks were here in the Mark Price Arena.